Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel and the Always Smiling Faces podcast for yet another live watch along. As always, the four of us are here. Everybody good?
Very good, thank you.
Not bad.
How's the straw, the human straw? You all right?
Hey.
What's mate?
I said, how's the human straw?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. It's healing up. They both are. I'm no longer hollow.
So the first question I want to ask for everybody who is watching is, did you see the video? Because there's a lot of people last week saying that they didn't see the intro when they were watching the stream. So fingers crossed it worked tonight. I don't know what went wrong last week because it did show up on the playback. So I'm not sure what happened with the live stream. So yeah, just put in the comments and we'll take it from there. So boys, starting lineup, we have the return of Almiron. A few weeks, a little bit quicker than what we're expecting them. Is that a risk, or was the injury not as bad as what we first thought? Start with you, Decker.
I'm a bit nervous with our track record of Russian players back, or do you know what I mean? We've done it before. Nice touch there, Bestie. But I think the game's so important. I think that if he's passed the right fitness test, then you've got to play him. He's got to play him. And it's one of them. We've had so many debates before, haven't we? Where
on the bench, they're fit enough to play.
Exactly that. So if he's fit enough, and he's he said that he's ready and he's passed the test that he needs to pass, then for me he has to stop. So it's good to see him back. I'd be lying though if I said I wasn't a little bit worried, because obviously we had all heard that it was meant to be April, right, when he was coming back. So
yeah.
But fingers crossed. It's good to have him back in the team, and I'm glad that he's on.
Perfect. Any other thoughts on that one, Mark?
Well, if you remember back when he had the injury and he done it in the game, our resident professional who's sitting at the end of the sofa next to me didn't think it looked that bad. So
the vet.
Aye. So I guess if he's got half an hour, 45 minutes in him, I think it's probably better to get that out of the way from a fitness point of view. Get him on the pitch and let's try and get ahead in the game and get a lead rather than bringing him on second half like chasing it. Maybe has a bit more of an impact in there, but yes, I am surprised to see him back in there. If anything, I did think he was going to be on the bench, but is it a risk worth to take? I think so, because it is a big game.
You don't really know the answer to that question until after full time, though, do you?
Well, I'm just looking at the situation that we're in now after last night's result. Looking at the league table, we've got a big chance to capitalise. We had it in the past, so this is the opportunity to do it tonight. So it's with the international break coming up after that. You just, as Deck has just said there, you hope that they aren't rushing them back, and all of the due diligence has been done to make sure that he can get through at least a good 45 minutes, if not longer.
Yeah, Bessie, I'm going to switch it around a little bit and not ask you about Almiron, even though you probably had an answer in your head there. But I'm going to ask you about last night's result. How much of an impact would that have had on the likes of the tactics going into today's game?
God, it's really hard to say, isn't it? I mean, I think tonight's a game that I'm not going to call it a must-win, but it's...
You hate calling games a must-win.
Well, because I do, because I'm quite pernickety, and it technically isn't a must-win, but it's the games are. It's getting more and more important with every passing game that they don't win, that they do win. So it's the most important game of the season so far, probably. So how much that result last night would have affected, I don't know. I mean, if Fulham had won and got ahead of Newcastle, I think he would probably have been more likely to have risked Almiron. Had that been the case, had he thought, right, we need a result here. I agree with Marty there. Bruce, I don't know if it would have had any bearing whatsoever, really. But I do think that it gives we've got the opportunity now. I think we're still 2 ahead of Fulham with 2 games in hand. There's a chance there to go 5 ahead with a game in hand tonight.
The worrying thing is, and I was speaking to one of the lads today, is that my opinion on this one is I would probably prefer to play a team that was probably sitting around about 10th, 11th, 12th tonight rather than Brighton, because we're both playing for the same thing, really, aren't we? Whoever grabs the 3 points here is a huge step of getting out of, well, not getting out of the relegation fight, but it's a massive step forward in opening that gap up. And if Brighton take 3 points tonight, then that's has to put it down to Newcastle, and Fulham has to.
I think I totally agree with you, and I think for me as well, as I know that we're obviously talking about how important it is for us and blah blah blah, it's equally as massive for them. Like it really is for both clubs. It's huge. So, and I think I totally agree. If Brighton do win, it's a 2-horse race, or well, not a race, but you know what I mean. Like it's between them two teams, and it's
race to the death.
Exactly. This business of 6 and 7 clubs being involved is really pissing us off. That he keeps saying.
He's taking the piss out of us now, like, isn't he?
It's
simply not the case. It's absolutely.
I think he's including the bottom 2 in that 6 or 7. He has to be, because technically they're not relegated yet, so they are still in the relegation race. There's no way they're going to get out of that bottom 3. But
Mark, even if he includes the bottom 2, even if he's including the bottom 2, there's still not 6 or 7.
Yeah,
no,
you're right.
If you include Sheffield United and West Brom, you're still going up 15th, 14th.
You could have involved teams that were relegated last year, and it still wouldn't be that many.
Maybe yes, counting Norwich and Burn.
Including them,
Watford.
It is 6, isn't it? So there's the
all right,
bottom
Steve.
3.
All right, calm down,
then
Steve.
There's us, Brighton, and Burnley. That's your 6, isn't it?
Right. For those that are going to try and sync up with us tonight, we've got the wide frame of both teams on the field at this moment in time, with the referees in the middle. The camera angles just changed right now. We will tell you as normal when the players take their knee, as well as kick off. So if you want to pause when the players have just kicked off, then we'll tell you when we've just kicked off, and we'll take it from there.
Score predictions.
So I said earlier today that I've put a bet on. I couldn't let that opportunity of 6-1 pass by. Couldn't let it, even if it's just for the sake of a tenner. Can't let that one slip. So I just done it for the sake of it. And with Almiron in the team, that's a huge bonus for us. I'm going to say 1-0 Newcastle. Back to you, Decker.
2-0 Brighton.
Bestie.
Hate to say it.
I think I think 1-0 as well, but Mark froze for a second.
Yeah.
I think 1-0 Brighton.
Okay. Mark?
I'm probably more confident now than I was before the team was announced, but I still maybe he's not taking a big risk on Almiron, maybe he's perfectly fit, but it does have the kind of the hallmarks of a man being rushed back, so we'll see. But I just don't think we've got goals in with at the minute.
Yeah, that's my worry. Yeah, I agree.
What about you, Mark? Mark?
0-0. It's got 0-0 wrote all over it for me. I can't see.
It's got to be 1-0 in the first minute, isn't it?
Their home record.
30 seconds goal. Be Almiron. Do you remember when Almiron scored in the first 6 seconds?
I hope I'm wrong. But I don't know.
I know.
Even if I'm looking at it optimistically, 1-1.
Thanks, Geordie Sancaster. Thank you.
Geordie lad. Oh God. A bit nervous, to be honest with you now. It's been on my mind a bit today, as the times went on.
Absolutely huge this game.
It is.
As a live.
We're doing a huddle.
Yeah, so we'll take you through what's happening on our screen, but like I said, it's probably easiest if you pause as the kickoff, and that's when we'll let you know. Okay.
Fist bump from Steve.
There's Bruce.
God, he's tiny.
And Steve. Lots of Steves.
He's a little fella, isn't he?
God, he's tiny, him, isn't he?
Is that right? Ryan
He was absolutely tiny, him, That stand's awful, isn't it? That stand, the Brighton's one.
Just gone back to the pitch, so they're probably going to take the knee any second. I've noticed over the weekend there's a hell of a lot of teams have stopped taking a knee. Everybody else? Noticed that?
Yeah, it's because Zaha stopped last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that think it's lost its meaning, haven't they? So they've
Yeah.
I know
stopped.
QPR did it a while ago. Liz
QPR
Ferdinand was
done it,
talking
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, done a while ago.
And
Right,
they're
so
down
they've
on
just
9.
took the knee now.
Yep.
So, like I said, pause on kickoff. Everybody watching, if you do want to sync up.
And
That
they're
guy's
up.
not waving at you; he's waving at his colleagues.
I am, yeah.
Newcastle to kick off.
Leave some food. Leave.
And we're off.
And they've kicked off.
Right, here we're going.
What's food deck out? Like, what food's on the go?
How are the
Well,
lads?
They've
There'll be
always got
pizza
food,
up
then
there.
3 over there. Like, I've just been over before, had a cake and some crisps and all sorts. So I've seen this got 3 massive bags. So I've just said, leave some.
But what about the food?
I'll have to walk over and have a look.
How's the food, did you say?
I feel fat as butter the day, to be honest with you. Like,
Because you're hungover.
bit of heavy meal, you know?
Heavy meal.
Heavy meal. I feel like we're going to get past the death here. Like, that's me concern.
So last week's game.
These do play well. Like,
They do
yeah,
play
what's
good
that?
football,
Last
don't
game.
they?
See you after.
Who watched last night's game?
I
Hey,
didn't.
I had it on the background for a bit. I didn't watch much of it.
So I watched it, and do you know what it is? Like, both Fulham and Leeds were playing good football. They're passing the ball well, and like you look at us, and we look absolutely garbage compared to those two teams.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
I read it a lot of-
It's what them teams must think, mustn't they? Like when they see us play, you know, on Sky, obviously every week now, they must think like, God, these are terrible. Like how are we below these? Do you know?
yeah.
Who's done it doing it? Oh, unmarked. Oh, God.
Oh dear me. Who's that?
That was. But you're slightly ahead, aren't you, Mark? It's going to piss us off. Can you
I'm
like pause?
I'll pause for a
Just
second.
pause
yeah.
and play.
I wouldn't mind Mark
That's
being ahead, but
That's
Mark like talks you through the game as well. It was murder last weekend.
I tell you what's weird though is like they get the ball at the halfway line and he's like, and you're like, hang on, they haven't done anything. Like
Well, last week, I think the Villa had a shot, and like it was not even close, not even nowhere near.
Yeah.
And he's me and Bessie. What's happened here?
All right.
All right.
I'm still waiting for
I mean,
it.
I can't see there's any food out there.
Was that not one attack ahead of you?
No,
Pretty
mate.
much.
Like no, it wasn't. Like I think they had shot, and like it was nowhere near. But Dubravka like dove for it, but they were nowhere near it.
You might be in a heart attack ahead
I'm
of
going
it.
for the same header there, man.
Get in, Joe. Oh, I don't think it's a foul.
That's not a foul. He tripped over himself there.
I did have a question to ask you, and I can't remember what it was now.
I've kind of got one, and it's kind of playing on my mind a bit, but I don't. It's a bit kind of. It's about the taking a knee thing and what's happened to Rangers this week, and that's a bit heavy, like so.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, mate, go for it. I think.
Well, it just. I mean, it's weird because
yeah.
you've got like Les Ferdinand and Will Zaha, who are like prominent black players of their generations, like both saying that it's become a bit of a token gesture and that it doesn't really serve its purpose anymore. It's kind of the power of the message has gone a bit. But then when you've got, I mean, was it Slavia Prague that played Rangers and
yeah, history as well, mate. They've got history racing, a lot of history.
Shelby.
well held.
Oh, what
Well
a
held.
save that is.
And then you've got Kamara, the abuse he got. Obviously, can't repeat it, but the abuse he got. And I mean, you think, well, you can't just
Shelby's
not take the
running in
knee
blue.
and do nothing else. You know, fair enough if you think taking the knee is a kind of a token gesture and isn't having the effect that it should have. I mean, what else do you do?
Yeah,
I think the fact that people still talk about taking the knee means that it's still worthwhile. To be honest with you, because it's still.
yeah. I think, mate. I think it's all well and good players taking the kney, but I think it's. Oh my god,
He's
this is
offside
terrible.
there.
It's
I thought he
down
was.
to the likes of the footballing bodies, whether that be the likes of the FA, UEFA, anybody. I think they have to do a lot more now. The players have done as much as what they possibly can, apart from walking off the field.
Yeah.
It's down to the governing bodies now, mate. And what will happen to Prague? Obviously, we saw the social media posts afterwards from their ultras, which is horrendous. We'll not get into it and repeat it, but everyone would have seen the photo. Nothing will get done, or if they do, it'll be a slap on the wrist and a 20 grand fine, which is nothing in football.
You wait for notoriously like soft with racist abuse, like they have been forever. I think you've got to kick them out of a tournament or something like that. It's going to
Was it not long ago where was it not Nicholas Bentner got fined more for wearing those boxer shorts with the advertisement on it than what a player did for racial abuse to a player, which is horrendous.
It's not just, I mean, you haven't go to Prague, obviously, it's not just the Czech Republic. You look at Italy, how many times the teams walk off the pitch because the players getting abused. I mean, the governing bodies have
wasn't an England game not long ago where you could kill hear it in the stands.
Oh, Bulgaria. I think that wasn't it. Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Yeah. It happened against Spain. I mean, it's a long time ago against Spain now. It was actually
you're right.
So
that one, where did you say it was Bulgaria?
Yeah.
And it was that bullshit thing where they had 3 warnings or something like that before they did anything about it.
That rings a bell. That eye.
And they hit 2 warnings.
Then the fans, the ultras, then just walked out, didn't they?
Started leave, didn't
they? That kind of sums it up. It's a massive cultural thing particularly in Eastern European countries that racism is absolutely normal. It's ingrained within their culture. So they do not know any different. That is the way that they act. That is the way that they behave. And until something is done to make that not be normal behavior in those countries, it will continue. It only kind of, you've only got to go back within our own country, back into the 80s. It was, still a massive issue within the game, racism both on and off the pitch. So you're only talking 40 years later, but all of these countries are so far behind us that it's just a normal thing for them. They don't feel any disgust at it or any issue with it.
I agree with what you're saying completely, obviously. But I think for me as well, what makes this incident even more shocking, it's bad no matter what, but it's a player that's done it. Like, fans are doing it, and I get what you're saying about the countries that haven't, they're still in that mindset, and it is horrendous, of course it is. And you hear fans doing it, and for example, the Ultras banner that they've done is just horrific. But to think a player is thought that's okay. A professional.
He's from the same place. That's it's his country, isn't it? So
yeah, I know.
If the fans are like that, the players are going to be like that as well. I get what you're saying, that you expect more from them.
You've got
being a player, you do expect more from them.
That's what I'm thinking.
When it's that deeply ingrained into the culture and their behaviour, they think that is normal behaviour. I don't think they do. That it's wrong.
I think I disagree slightly. I think they know it's wrong.
That's a foul.
They definitely know it's wrong, but they just don't give a shit, and that's the problem. And it's going to take now UEFA to make an example of that one club, and one club has to be made an example of, and it'll stop the rest of it from happening. And that's the only way it's going to change. But UEFA haven't got the bollocks to do so.
Honestly, cannot see it happening. We just spoke about Bulgaria there. Bulgaria, for nigh on 2 seasons, played all of their international tournaments behind closed doors. As soon as the fans were back in, the exact same thing happened.
Well, you just keep banning them. You keep banning them. Right, so Mark, give a time check. People are asking for a time check.
Just coming up to 8 minutes now.
Yeah,
so 8 minutes, 3, 4, 5.
A lot of people in the comments are talking about a Brighton controlling the game here. No, so ridiculous. They've had a couple of chances already, and once again, we just can't string a few passes together.
Did you think that was a bit soft for Dubravka? I mean, I'm happy, obviously, nothing happened, but it looked a bit soft to me, to be honest. Like,
no, I think it's quite similar to the one that against Wolves a couple years ago. Bully, yeah. I think it's a foul. Like, you can see before he goes, is it not Trossard? I forget what they call a striker. Mopé. You can see him looking at Dubravka, and he jumps into him rather than. It's what Harry Kane does all the time, but because it's our goalkeeper. Yeah. It's a foul.
We've started exactly how I expected the game to be really honest with you.
It's a little bit different though, because normally we start the game well. It's a reverse tonight.
Yeah, but you're playing against a team that likes to control the ball, hold possession, and play patient build up. So
go on, Shelby. You need to keep moving there, John.
Welcome to Shelby.
Go on. Oh, and he's tackled.
Oh, that's a good tackle. That's
a good tackle. Well, playing against Chris Bottom, what do you expect?
The interview which Matty done with a Brighton fan. Brighton fan obviously went into the fact that Brighton have only won 2 games at home in the last 15 months, and also said they have trouble breaking teams down, and they'll get the final third and won't know what to do with it. So it's going to be a pretty bad game.
Feels that way.
The difference is like they've got the 2 players that he picked out within the team that can do something with the ball and have that little bit of quality are both playing tonight, which was Lallana and Welbeck, where they've got that.
Are you doing a special shout out to Laura here or something, Bestie?
I am. The solidarity with the beer straw drinkers, straw beer drinkers. My metal straws.
It's because his holes are filled up, so he's
yeah, no.
Not yet, mate. That's later on. That Mark. That's.
Why didn't you just put your foot on top of the bottle and suck your hand?
So I'm saying it's because it's healed. Can I do it anymore? Can he? That's a foul. Play on. Well done. Well done, Miggy.
Nothing in front of another.
Nope.
Oh, fucking Fraser, man.
See, have you seen their pressing, man? It's so good. Like
they're away as well, man. Isn't it? Every time they're away.
Forward, man.
Shit.
Oh, come on, man. Hayden, you've got to do better than that.
That's all right. I think, not that I'm saying I'm an XG fan or anything, but I know that they seem to create so many chances in the game. And the amount of times I've watched them where literally they just carve the opponent open.
Yeah, well,
that's
the new nickname, The new nickname's XGFC, because obviously predicted goals are phenomenal, but they don't score.
Yeah. If they had like a Callum Wilson,
XG shit.
I don't mind XG, mate.
I believe in it, to be honest with you. I just didn't want to
these are top of the thing and they don't score goals.
No, I know, but would you rather create loads of chances or be us?
Doesn't really matter if you're not scoring them, does it? You're still in the same position.
I think it's a sign though if you've got a really high XG and you haven't, and the goals that you scored haven't kind of matched it, then you think, oh well, we know where we're deficient, we know what we need to sort out.
It basically just means that your final third's pretty shit when you just look at ours and all of it's shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that kind of it's only really coming to.
So it's on the screen there, Bestie. Brighton. The last 6 games, 84 attempts at goal. Ours must be in single digits.
30 on target though. That's shocking, isn't it? Really?
I think that's
ours must be single digits, man.
Well, that's almost like a third of every shot that they're having or chance they're having is on target. 2/3 they're completely missing. That's some wayward striking, isn't it? But I'm with you, like Chris. I'd rather be creating chances than not.
No, that was me.
Oh no, sorry, Mike. It was yeah. But I did. But then it was the second point around what Chris was saying is that even with those chances, we're both still in the same place. We're both still in the same place, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Oh, I remember the question which I was going to ask. Because there has been yet again another debate on social.
Joe.
That's fine. Another debate on social media because the Sky Sports pundits are talking out the horses again. I don't want to give them too much of a platform here because it's the same thing every single week. But once again, Paul Merson has been on his high horse and said Newcastle fans still think they're living in the days of Alan Shearer, David Ginola, and Les Ferdinand.
Is this the same Paul Merson that last week said he was concerned for Newcastle's future and thought, well, we're going to get relegated?
Yeah. But obviously he wasn't challenged whatsoever by any of the pundits, which you wouldn't expect because he sat side by side by Tim Bastard Sherwood. Another one who always likes to stick the boot in. And
he was
so
laughing
obviously,
as well, which pissed us off.
Yeah, he's laughing.
He
There's a few of them laughing.
Yeah.
Obviously, when they've gone off air, Jeff Stelling's gone on social media and saw that he's been tagged in quite a few things.
He's off. He's not like.
And Jeff Sterling, rather than having a debate with Newcastle fans, he's decided to point out that somebody's made a spelling mistake in one of the tweets towards him. So he's gone. To be fair to Jeff, he's normally pretty vocal and supportive of Newcastle fans. But last couple of weeks, it's like he's going along with it as well.
I had a disagreement with him last year about Bruce, funnily enough, and he's one of those ones. I like Jeff Stelling. I think he's very good, and I don't think much of his program anymore. Like it's kind of become when something gets famous for something, so they really, really kind of emphasize those little foibles.
Nice.
He's offside. Like how Homer Simpson now in The Simpsons isn't just like a lovable, stupid dad. He's like a proper whopper and that. He's danger. Soccer Saturday's become that a little bit where like you've got Paul Merson shouting beans on toast all the time, like, and just being a dickhead for because it's what people what people watch, like. So same as Piers Morgan, it's the same crack, the same, like, just with football instead of with like Meghan Markle.
We've said before, I think we'll probably say on this as well as social media, is that when they talk utter shit like that, then that only works in the likes of our favour in regards to fan-ran podcasts, YouTube channels, social media accounts, whatever it is, because obviously social media is massive at the minute and online platforms are huge, especially YouTube and the fan channels. Newcastle have got about 20 million. But I would rather go to that said fan base to get their opinion rather than these pundits that have been around for 40 years and still chatting the same shite that they have been for the last God knows how many years. And I think it's a dying breed, really, the likes of the Sky Sports panel and things like that. I think it is.
He was complimentary. He was complimentary to the fans a little bit. I mean, I understand he did have a go about the top six situation, and
he was there, and he had a little dig in the middle of that compliment as well.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just tired. Well, even he said, didn't he? He's tired about talking every week, and I think we are as well. Like
the thing is, the reason why he's tired, the reason why it gets brought up every single week is because he's wrong. Like that, and that's the most frustrating thing. Like, just come on. Like, fair enough. That's his opinion. If he's got that opinion, then fine. But don't state it as fact. Saying Newcastle fans expect this. No.
The thing is, I don't think it's a dying thing at all. I think what's happening is, you've seen what's happening with TalkSport. Whenever there's a controversial shout on TalkSport about us, like Twitter goes nuclear, and people respond when people talk about it. It's what's happened here.
But I would imagine their income comes from live listens and things like that. And when it's rehashed on social media, I think obviously it dilutes.
People ring it up as well. Someone with TalkSport, I don't know. There's people who'll know far more than I do about it. But in my head,
Daryl,
if you're ringing up TalkSport to talk to them and they've got the whatever rate number, surely whatever that rate's going to be going to TalkSport in it. So I've long thought that people have opinions like that for money. And that's what I think.
Somebody's mentioned their best. I know I'm pretty confident that you used to be a big fan of Soccer AM, and somebody said there that Soccer AM has gone down the pan. And it's a case. Soccer AM used to be so good when I was growing up. They just refused to change anything, and that show was shocking.
The patterns left now, like you've got like Jimmy Bullard jumping about like a 5-year-old, and the bloke's about 45, 50, like, you know what I mean? And John Fenley, who was really funny 15 years ago, and he just shows off his expensive coats in the studio and stuff now. Like it's shite.
I think everything in life has its time, right? Doesn't it? That's just what it is. Like everything has a sell-by date, and there's certain programs and certain people on them programs are well past the sell-by date, but for some reason the trigger's not pulled.
Is Soccer AM still on?
Not now. It's like 20 past 8 at night.
Finished at like 12 o'clock today.
But
that's mental. That's mental.
I've watched a couple
viewing figures.
I've watched a couple of seasons, and it's not right home about. Like the bit in the car park's good when they have the challenge thing with the free kicks and whatnot, but the crack's rubbish, like in it. But Decker's right when he's saying like it had its day, and I don't like Tim Lovejoy, but when he was on it, and you had
him and Helen,
the topless weather and Helen Chamberlain, and it was some of it was really, really funny. Like I say, I never liked Lovejoy, and it started to go bad before he left for me. Like, but
you remember that thing they used to do with the women when they used to have the woman walk out?
Soccer,
and they'd like, what was it? What did you call it there? What was it? Soccer. You wouldn't get away with that now, like, no way.
Yeah.
There's just some really harsh things at times, like.
So this game, lads, has been all of them, and it's still all of them, and we're 20 minutes into it now.
I was just tucking a sign there before. Did anyone see where Hayden picked up the ball? Hayden's playing left wing again. Like, well, not left wing necessarily, but like left-hand side of that three that were playing in midfield, and he picked the ball up again, and he was like left wing. Like, what the? Honestly, man, it just does me head in, man. The shape of the team.
What film's that behind you, Decker? Is that The Last Jedi? That's not. That's like 3 years old or something.
Start- Last Jedi,
Rise of
just
Skywalker. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a couple of. You need new posters in there, like get bonded up or something like that.
Well, that's what I would have all over the place, mate. All over. There's a mint one downstairs, Gangs of London. It's a class one, all the way along the wall. It's massive. I would just have Bond everywhere, mate. Absolutely everywhere.
It's because proper vinyls on the wall, so they only get changed every. Those ones only get changed every couple of years.
Good quality. Like.
That must have been there. That film's 2.5 years old now, isn't it? 1.5 years old.
Yeah.
There's loads of
what happens to them afterwards? Who steals them?
The ones that are in frames get given. Anybody can have them once they're down, but they're actually proper on the wall, massive. Like you don't appreciate how big that is.
Ah, it's massive. Like the Gangs of London one's just unbelievable how big that is. Like it would literally be me full street if I had that. Just the full street.
We'll get Dagger going standing at half time.
Yeah. Steve Bruce's Shadows here as well.
Who? Graham Jones.
He's not gone for bait, has he?
That monkey. He's gone for Steve Bruce's Shadow.
Dagger, bring it on! Look at him. That is, to be fair, I wasn't expecting that mural behind him to be that big. It's huge.
Not as big. It looks closer, doesn't it? It looks closer without that perspective.
It's that optical illusion. Because that room behind
I want to do something really funny here. Watch this here. This is better than the match. This watch.
Well, obviously.
I bet he's going downstairs.
No, he's not.
Oh, no, he's not.
No, he is. He's going
He
downstairs.
is. Yeah, I told you. Called it. Called it. Yeah. Standard office banter, that.
Is this what you do at Sky, is it? Is this, yeah?
Oh, and he brought me like the second time. Like, but anyway,
How many times have you done that today?
I called it.
Oh.
I knew exactly what you were going to do.
I haven't done it today actually, but I used to do it all the time. Back in the day.
I'm surprised you didn't come back, turn around, come back up.
Oh,
Is the elevator not just next to it as well?
I'm too old, mate. I'm too old.
Take
This
the
is
lift,
touch.
just at the
Go on,
other
son.
side of the
This is what you get with the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel. Forget watch-alongs. You've got Dagger pretend he's on an escalator.
We're barely 22 minutes in now, nearly. We've not really talked about the game at all.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, we should be. Shouldn't we, really?
There's now to talk about, really, is it? It's just...
It's shocking. Like, it's really poor. Not us, the game. Maybe
It's just what I was expecting. Just them knocking the ball around, us not being able to get it. Their attacks breaking up, or us intercepting it in the midfield and then going nowhere with it. Just what you want to be watching on a Saturday night.
Mark, how's your total giveaway time check, mate?
22 minutes and 25 seconds. 26,
I can't believe you
27,
missed the chance to do 22.
29, 30.
Someone's just said that Dagger, you've done that just seconds after we've been slagging Soccer AM off.
Doing what? Doing what?
Like the escalator thing. Well, our crack being lifted.
Oh, right. Oh. Fair enough. I don't get paid though, do I? I'm not a professional, so my crack should be shit. Whoa.
And you did it without wearing a Stone Island jacket.
That's true.
That t-shirt's fake as well. You got from Turkey as well.
No, it's not fake. Thank you very much. I actually think that escalator was definitely better than this first 23 minutes.
I agree, mate. And I think it's been better than the last 30 years of the Soccer AM.
Nah, that's harsh.
Well, last 15.
I do. To be fair, I don't watch it like I got a life, but I do when I'm on Twitter. I do watch the bits where I think Bestie was on about. You know where?
Yeah. I watched the Bullard ones. Yeah,
we'll have the fans in there.
The training stuff, the showboat, and they're like them little snippets where they talk like have the highlights of like skills of the week and all of them kind of things, where it's actual football.
Yeah, I used to watch it when like Burkamp was on the skills of the week and things. I didn't watch it these days, like.
Right, so do you know like how managers are always drinking water out the side of the pitch, right?
Yeah,
it's vodka.
What do you think Steve Bruce drinks when his camera's not on him? Because there's no way he's a water drinking man. Like, do you reckon he's just like a pot of gravy, like a boat, a gravy boat,
fridge full of piss.
A fridge full of piss.
Steve Agnew's piss, aye. That's what he's drinking.
Go on, Joe. Corner.
Or Graham Jones's ejaculation.
Wow. Julie says, well done, lads, on the 90 minutes football hookup. Much
Cheers,
deserved. Thank you very much.
Jules.
We'll have to keep that a secret for a couple of weeks. As obviously we alluded to on a lot of podcasts towards the end that we're hoping to release some news. We finally got there in the end. We signed the deal and we're up and running. So yeah, more stuff to come. More stuff to come. And if you didn't notice that we do have Ryan Taylor coming on again next week for another live question and answer. It's going to be a little bit different to the last one. But I'll not give too much away on that one yet either.
And probably, to be fair, I'm standing next to Steve Bruce's shadow and I'm doing escalators. We've probably been sacked by 90 minutes, to be honest with you, probably by now. So
this is what they want, this, mate. This is what they want, this.
What's that there?
Fewest minutes leading away.
We've only been in the lead for just over an hour of away matches, which is.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I read that 3 times and I didn't understand what it meant. Every time I read it.
It took us a couple of goals. It's weird. I mean, that's obviously a really bad. It's a terrible stat to be top of the league at or bottom, whichever way you look at it. But it's like
explain the stat to us, Bessie, because I still don't understand.
So we had 62 minutes where we've been in the lead in away games.
Yeah, that's appalling, isn't it?
So for just over an hour of away games, we've been in front. For the rest of it, we've not been.
Is that accumulation of minutes as well?
Yeah. That's
it is.
So you're talking probably 3 days worth of football. We've only led for an hour in 3 days. Like
it's weird, though.
I know because we won it.
Everton will be one of them.
Yeah. We didn't score late on though, did we? So
both goals in the second half there. Yeah. Who else? Been away from one this year.
Yes, Andy lad.
Oh, lads, I was all over Tipcam last weekend as well. On your, we're doing the garden. I dug out a flower bed last Sunday, and it was I had to use Tipcam to make sure I went the right time, lads. It was a lifesaver.
Tipcam, when you get that Tipcam sponsorship, like
it's is it Sean Matthews? Who the website?
Spain, I think.
That's poor decision making. That there's two of their players completely unmarked at the other side of the box.
Harry marked, don't tell him.
Dear me.
I've got to feel Bestie's on one today. Like everyone's saying West Ham, first game of the season. That's when we're going to pick the most minutes up.
Yeah, did we take the lead in the first half? No, we didn't. They were both second half as well. Callum Wilson and Big Jeff.
But is it not a total thing though?
Oh, it's accumulation, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it'll be like 30 minutes of the second half and then 30 minutes of the start of the next game.
It's a little more briefly. But Sky, actually, many years ago.
Mark won't be wearing any pants.
Absolutely not.
Next year, boy as well. No. All right, okay.
I'm not sitting like completely naked from the waist down.
I'm not sure if he means us or if he means the match.
Yeah, sorry. I think it could be us, you know.
I think it's paid the extra for Mark's waist down camera.
Yeah. You have to pay extra membership to get the bottom half.
That's what the membership gets. So if anybody does want to sign up to become a member tonight, this is what you get. You get Mark's got a webcam under the desk. Which
I bet it is a fucking tip now. Tip cam down there.
That is tip cam.
It's literally Mark's member cam.
Mark's tip cam.
Only tips.
The young sat next
on,
one.
Man, defending.
Get him, Martin Dubravka. Get him tilt.
Right, now we'll go, right?
Yeah, God.
Now we'll lose a ball in a minute.
Where's Danny Welbeck's forehead stopping there and his hair starting? Christ, he's definitely...
These are just head and shoulders.
Mark, that is a little bit rich coming from you, like.
No, but like his hair was starting there.
Well, Mark,
yours starts on your back.
Mark, yours hair probably starts the same as mine. The back of my head, I can't even see it.
Well, this bit's all right.
I think mine starts on my arse.
I've got loads on the side and back. Oh,
nah.
Is it just me or they're getting in on the right-hand side? Like our left? Every single time I come forward?
Dummett's having a poor game.
Cheers, Chris. It
Thank you,
So that's
Christopher.
It's a lovely picture as well, that Chris.
is, isn't it? Oh, it is.
See, where Dummett is Dummett even
Why
in
is
that
he-
picture?
Why
Where
is
is
he
that?
got
There he
that
is.
there?
Why did he do
Dummett
that?
coming from? There, look at Welbeck's hair. Look where it starts.
It's a foul, like.
Definite foul.
Welbeck's also quite a high hairline, hasn't he?
He's got a 5 head, never mind a 4 head. Dummett's getting rinsed for me here, like every time.
Can't remember what he tried to do like last week when he tried to kick with his right foot. And he fell over.
Isaac Hayden again on the left wing.
I remember Fulham away a couple of years ago where
Keeps appearing out there, doesn't he?
one of their lads took him on his back.
Is that sweet chili sensations you're getting troughing there, Deck?
Good
Aye,
crisps,
mate,
like.
Biggest, one of the biggest bags I've had in them, actually, to be honest. But she put them in her bag as well, so when she comes in on Monday, she's fucked, they're gone.
Put the packet back in there.
I might
Bag,
actually, that's what I'll do. I'll put the
Put
packet
the
back
packet in. Put something in it though, so it feels like it's got a little bit in it as well.
I have a piss. No, don't actually. You probably get sacked for that.
That'll be too heavy, that deck. What you put in.
in. It has me wank rule.
Smaller than normal.
You know what?
It's a bit smaller than normal, that.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
God.
Hey, what's happening here? And they're in again here.
Go on,
I've been hung over the day, so I've needed this rule. There we go. I'll fold that up a bit. That looks like a brand new packet, man.
Yeah.
Aye.
It's only took you 30 minutes to eat that bag of crisps, Dagger.
It was lovely. Well, I was trying to pace it out, but you know when like something tastes so nice, you're just like, oh, I'll have another one. And plus, I like there's a little bit of a heat there. There's a bit of heat there with them
Well
crisps,
done.
which is quite nice.
Look at
It's like
them
having your
closing
tongue on a hot
down,
wobble.
man. They just swarm all over us.
So much
Marks
better.
has asked, when was the last time we won a match when we were doing a live watch along? Well, at
That's at
home.
home.
Everton, probably.
I don't think that was live, was it? Everton away?
Yeah,
No, it
we
wasn't.
didn't do Everton.
No, we didn't.
Who was it?
West
We scored.
Brom?
It's one where we scored in the last couple of minutes and like we embarrassed them and were absolutely dreadful for the full game.
It was Palace at home, wasn't it?
Palace away.
Was that
We
what it
got beat at
was?
home. Palace away. Yeah.
We scored two later on. Wilson scored one.
Wilson and then Joe Linton scored that one.
Yeah.
Joe and
Hit the
Wilson,
defender
wasn't
and
it?
win.
Yeah,
and
that's
was
right.
shocking. What absolutely shocking for the full game.
Aye, we were like. Darlow pulled off an absolute worldly save that game, I remember.
Look at the space he's got in midfield, man.
It's this and that left, their right wing, sorry, is a real issue as well. Oh, there's a man over there. Oh, wait, good tell. This is where we've got to be better. We just haven't got a shirt over. Like just. Oh, well done.
Okay,
That was a good
okay.
pass, that.
Oh, he's lost it away.
John Joe.
Oh, go on, Willock. Well done.
So weird.
I can't
Mark
get away.
Smith has asked for some recommendations on crisps. So I don't want to go through a list. I don't want to touch too much on this. I just want a one-word answer from you, or 2 words if it's the crisp is 2 words long. Decker, crisps. Which crisp should Mark Smith go for? Them ones.
These are nice. These are
Bestie.
lovely, mate.
Sensations.
Yeah, it looks like I had a nice bag of hoisin duck last night. That was from Morrison's, very good.
Okay, Mark.
Oh, them
Mark,
ones.
you're definitely not going to give us a one-word answer, but come on.
Pork scratchings, he's going to say something.
McCoy's.
What flavour?
The what they called? The spicy or paprika or something?
Are they nice?
Orange
Are they-
Paste.
Oh,
you
God.
bastard. Oh,
there's not
bastard.
the thing is though, for a one-word answer, there's not many crisp flavours that are one word. You've got prawn cocktail, cheese, and onion, salt, and vinegar.
Well, I did say if it's
Smoky
more than one
bacon.
word, as long as just the crisp itself,
what's
mate.
wrong
Mine
here?
would be a knick-knack. I love
Good
knick-knack.
shout.
Which flavour? Nice and spicy?
There's
Yeah.
a rib
Lemon.
one. There's a rib one that's in the purple packet.
King rib.
Ribbon saucy.
Not the scampy ones. They're rank.
I love
The green
scampi,
ones
mate.
are
I don't
they're
mind.
rank.
I don't mind
Love a
it.
scampi crisp.
Nah.
Scampi and lemon. Scampi fries, remember them, bestie?
Yeah, lush.
Yeah, the
Still
new
sell them?
KFC Zinger ones.
No.
They're
Crisps.
spicy, like.
Zinger scampi?
KFC Zinger
Not
crisps.
scampi, no.
Aye, KFC ones, yeah.
They're a bit spicy, like.
Who makes them, like?
Are
KFC.
I think the
I
Walkers,
can't
I think,
remember.
are
The Walkers, I think. Yeah, it's
I
like a
think
big
the Walkers,
bag, yeah.
I'm sure I've seen them. I heard of them.
I like red Doritos.
Yeah,
I think
what's
red
that?
Doritos are really nice, like, to be
Oh, I
honest.
love a spicy Dorito. We just
I used to
had
give
them
that to
with
the cat, and the cat's lips used to get like really swollen.
We had
Just torture animals on your day off, do you?
fajitas for tea, so I had some
Nachos.
Doritos with cheese and salsa. And get off me, beer, you little shit.
What's your thoughts on
How do you
pickled
take
onion?
it?
Love them.
You what?
Love them.
Do you like pickled onion crisps?
Aye.
I
God,
don't.
lads.
What's the guy chuckling at himself for?
Oh, so no.
They're what I love. And you get them everywhere. Those little onion rings.
Oh, best.
Oh,
The
aye,
little maze
aye.
ones. They're like
It's a quid for like a bag that's like bigger than a door. And
the
it's
size
like,
of your house.
oh, mate, you're
honest.
lifting after you eat them, though. Absolutely lifting.
Aye.
They're stinking.
But like, that's one of the reasons I've never tried heroin, because like I can't leave them alone when I start them. Like I'd be useless on the good stuff.
Go on, Fraser. You've only
Good
got 10
ball.
to beat.
Go on,
Well
Joe.
done. Oh, that's a free kick.
Nice.
Oh, so you won the ball clearly there, man.
It should have been a
Referee's
free
gave
kick.
it.
Joe Linton could have just. I say could have just. Like I would have done it, but
Handball.
go on, how well, lads.
That's
We've got
ours.
one touching opposition box. Come on, we can do it.
Absolutely disgusting, that. Like, they've had 13 in ours, and we've had one
They
in
keep-
theirs.
They keep putting these graphics up in the bottom corner whenever the ball is in the bottom corner.
Oh, it's
Mate,
terrible.
it doesn't matter. We're not going to do anything with it.
Ooh,
on, Fraser.
was
Go
that
on.
inside the box? or not?
Ah,
Yeah, just I think, mate. Aye.
It's
There's
two. We've doubled it.
Two.
We've doubled it.
Lads. That's another. That'll be 4 touches by 70 minutes. We're too demanding, lads.
you know what it is.
We expect too much.
Should be
This is
6.
probably our best chance to score from a blooming set piece.
When Mercer's
Providing we
about top
actually
6, we just want 6
deliver
touches
a
in the
ball.
box.
Not a ball. Come on,
This
Mick
is it,
Jamal,
like,
leading
the
goal
cells.
scorer.
Yep.
2 goals
Yeah,
in the last
goals.
3 games, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah. Go on, son.
Get up. Hit it.
Oh,
Back wide. Hey,
We'll
that'll
get
do.
back. There we go.
Get it
First time.
touch in.
Go on. Go on.
Volleyed.
Back
Horrendous.
across there.
50 pence either.
Absolutely
Oh,
horrendous.
Isaac.
He's got a. Yeah, he's poor in the air, wasn't he? The other week
Is
he
he
had a
trying
great
to
chance.
claim he lost it in the floodlights or something there?
Do you see that header from who was it? The Leeds player that had the goal disallowed last night. That header was unreal.
Oh God, that's awful. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's got. I like him as well. Actually, oh, you're right. It was offside by an arm, and it was very unusual.
He's almost offside, but the header was unreal.
Oh, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Aye. Yeah, it was.
Do you know what's a little bit funny though? That he made such the deal. Like obviously it's his first goal in the Premier League, and like obviously they had rehearsed the celebration.
Right,
Oh, man.
diving in like
Stinger.
that there, man.
You'd be sick, wouldn't you?
Aye. I would still put it as my profile picture. Like,
See, Hayden's still playing. He's like left. Oh, God.
Well, he just absolutely dived in on that tackle in that left wing position. Nowhere near the player, and they just skipped past him and away on a break.
right. So there's almost 300 people watching right now. So if even half of you just want to go and like the video or even subscribe to the channel, because a lot of our views come from people who aren't subscribed to the channel. So just give us a little bit of a kickback here and subscribe to the channel. Make it look mint, even
Look
though
at
we're
that.
like pretending we're going on escalators.
Oh, God.
You see Shelby's header
Did you save
attempt
that?
there.
Come on, Miggy.
Hey, they just absolutely ripped what open there, man.
Just look how many players they've got, man, in the edge of our box.
Oh, God. They've just got men over
Just
constantly.
90 oh, God.
Way.
Look at this, man. They're just
So, yeah.
Oh,
That's
dear me.
because I put him in my fantasy league team. That's the best effect. That.
I was just about to say they're absolutely taking the piss, like doing skills and
What
tricks
did
and
you
all
say
sorts, and then he does that.
Who was following him there? Jeez. It was Hayden, wasn't it, really? Aye.
Who's that? Like Clark?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, no. Clark,
Yeah,
Clark and then Willick hoops
Probably
it
was
away.
going wide. It's another example, though, isn't it, of how poor them are in the final third. I mean, they've worked the ball in there beautifully, and I mean, you imagine if that is Wilson or a better class of striker, that's a goal. That I mean, he was actually putting that wide. Oh God, straight out of play. Hey, for God's sake, what am I watching here, man?
God help Whale if he
It's
thinks
embarrassing,
where the highlight of watching Newcastle, like, because it's not very, very exciting.
I'm going to
is
go
it?
down that escalator again. I'm going to stay there. I'm not coming back up. It can't be any worse than this shit. Like,
We should
try
take
to keep you
requests to see what
entertained,
deck
but
I like.
it's
What mode of
difficult, isn't
transport
it?
deck I can take.
I'm took my right knees shite, man. I can't do steps on out now. A couple of cans I'll do it like.
Everybody who is watching as well, we're probably going to end the stream probably about 5-10 minutes after full time tonight. But we will be straight back probably about 5 minutes after we'll end this one with our instant reaction, because we will be doing a live instant reaction, which will also be going out as an audio podcast as well. So stay tuned for that one. Don't just piss off when we disappear.
What I was hoping, I actually thought you were going to say there, Chris, was we'll be ending the stream in 5 to 10 minutes.
Doing a midway reaction because nothing's changing.
Yeah.
We've got so many of our players back, but yet they're still finding space and touches in between our players. They're just completely bypassing us. 3 of our players standing in a triangle, and they can just play a ball between all of them because they're just too close together.
I like him. I'm going to change the topic of conversation a little bit, but I like the style of Brighton's shirt with the collar.
I don't dislike it as a shirt, but it just doesn't feel very Brighton to me. Like it.
I'm not also if it feels them, but I like if you put some black and white stripes on that.
Yeah, it is surprising, isn't it? It's such a dramatic change, isn't it, compared to what they normally have? Like, imagine if that happened to us.
Yeah.
What are the stripes that they're normally playing?
Normally blue and white stripes.
Blue and white stripes, yeah.
Is it a pinstripe?
It's got a very
a
white pinstripe on it, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine if we went like all black and then had a pin, it'd be hell on, right? Wouldn't it? Like, we'd be like, how can we do that?
Would be.
It's mad how often like striped teams do it. Look at Southampton had this season. They've got like a sash.
Aye, that's right. Yeah,
they've had Sheffield United had a white with red pinstripes a few years ago, and Sunderland did in the 80s. The closest we've had is that Puma one with a big black yoke.
Oh yeah.
14.
I like the name that one. The Sissoko shirt.
Aye.
The Cabela shirt for me, like
that's it.
Come on, Fraser.
Jeez.
Who's on the deck?
Oh, he's hurt. Yeah,
he just went. He hit there, didn't he?
He doesn't look good. Yeah, like.
Oh, doesn't look good at all. That.
He's
not the kind of bloke that stays down. Isaac.
It's
straight away.
That's stuck by him. That's worrying.
Their player straight away.
He's
done him. He's off.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's off.
He's done. He's done something. Yeah.
I think he's broke his leg. I think
he's either broke his leg or his knee.
His knee, of course, being on his arm.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's tapping out here like
shit.
Long time on the bench, haven't they?
Their player straight away, as soon as he went, he screamed out, and their player started shouting straight away.
Did he fall into him? Did he? Because it was way off the ball.
I don't know what happened.
Just a bit of a clash.
Boo! Boo!
He's picking some gravy out with his teeth there.
Bit of corned beef there.
Get him sacked. Prick.
Do you reckon at half time he has like pie and chips and that? Like, do you reckon like at half time he like goes in? He's like,
oh my god! Fucking Jeff Hendrick's coming on.
Not Hendrick. No, not Hendrick. Bring Longstaff
on, Longstaff on the pitch. Fucking put Longstaff on, you stupid dick. Fuck off, man.
Unbelievable.
He's a prick. He's an absolute prick. I hate him.
Who, Hendrick or Bruce?
Both of them. Pair of pricks.
Yeah, Hendrick's getting himself there.
Oh my god. Goodness me.
Unless it's Hendrick that's turned up for about 2 or 3 games in that he's played.
But do you know what it is, Mark? Do you know what we said last week? We said during the thing, if Steve Bruce can make the wrong decision, he'll make the wrong decision. He could have an option. He'll pick the wrong. Why is that Asbestos team coming in?
Is that Graham Jones run on the pitch, by the way?
PPE, isn't it?
I think Jones has run on to see him, like.
Bollocks.
That's a bad one, like. Yeah,
his leg didn't.
It didn't look right at all. I thought it was broken.
Right the second, like, that's why I thought he broke his leg, like.
As soon as I seen him on the ground.
I don't think he's broken his leg, like, because it would be straight on the oxygen straight away, wouldn't it? But
look, the Brighton lads got it there, like.
Yeah, something might have gone. Like, you might be right. So it might be a break.
Yeah. Oh well, it'll be nice welcoming back to St James.
Look, if you look at he's holding his leg and keeping it in one place, isn't he?
Get him back for the derby next season.
It was the way that it was a freak accident. I think, I don't think he meant it at all. The lad, like, I mean, they might not show you again because of how graphic it might be, but like, I think the lad just fell into them, and obviously his legs just.
It doesn't seem to be. I mean, when you look at his reactions, I can't profess to have seen the.
You've got to feel for that kid as well.
Like
But
he looks gutted. Like he
hasn't took that well. Like, has he?
It can be hard for play. I always remember I was at the game when
he knew.
Was it Bullard at our place in Parker Hyde up? I was at that game and that was sick. That was.
Hey, do you reckon he's heard something there? Like he must have. Obviously, Hayden's reaction, but I reckon as a player, he was that close. Obviously, he's involved. He's heard of something there. Like Alan in the chat said ACL, but the interview which we did.
We'll see.
That's really unlucky. I think I'm slightly ahead of ACL.
That's what I meant. He fell into the mind.
Yeah,
he's heard it. Like that's what I was saying. He's heard it. He falls the player fell in when he points straight away. He knows that's a break. Fuck.
He would have felt it and heard it. Do you know what I mean?
Like, straight away, their players started indicating.
Lads, let us know when you get to 45-25.
His leg was completely planted.
22, 23, 24, 25, mate.
Well, that cheers, mate. Yeah, I'll come off it and go back on, like, so I'll slightly out of sync.
If they play that again, honestly, if they play that again, you can tell the second that the player rolls into him, he points, he knows something straight away is gone. It has to be. As I say,
I thought it was a total accident when in real time I thought he's just fell on him there by mistake, like totally.
Poor fucker.
It's even more of an accident than.
His leg was just completely planted in place, wasn't it? He's just going through it.
Yeah, that's right. That's him done for the season. Well, that one could be even longer, like however long that'll be. It's a big loss
for a while, I think.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't even see him at the start next season.
Yeah.
Shit. Where you might as well see it's going to be. It's going to be, I don't know what, 6 months. You're talking October, aren't you?
When did that have 3 minutes on, by the way?
Well, he's been down for longer than that, hasn't he?
That's what I mean.
5 he's been down for, like, yeah. Yeah, man. I like Isaac Hayden as well.
I know, you got a feel for him there. Like, George Colton will be absolutely, like, in bits now, like.
Oh, you will be that guy. If anyone's watching who knows George, give him a ring just to make sure that he's there.
He's there as well. Well, I'll text him.
Was he at the game, is he?
I'll text him.
To be fair, like Hayden's like he's although he's going to be in a lot of pain, he's not like like really suffering from it or on gas and air like you were saying. So it just shows you the type of attitude he's got.
There you go. I've texted George. See what he comes back with. I'm sure I saw something earlier saying George was on his way to Brighton.
Might just be popping down for the weekend.
Can't see if our boy Slim or something.
He's going to see Nick DeMarco.
Do you know what it is, right? Oh my fucking god!
What's that? Oh, fuck no.
I didn't need that.
Fucking hell, man.
Like what? Oh, look at that. Straight through the middle, man.
I must be like a second ahead of you.
Yeah, I think you are.
Maybe more.
That's too easy, that. Too easy.
I'll pause for a little bit.
Clock's got to be tighter than that. I mean, it's a good finish, but come on.
There's no chance we are getting anything from this game now. Like, we've never even looked like scoring, even creating an opportunity.
It's game over. Like,
it's game over now. You're fucked. Like, I'm telling you, you're all fucked. Like.
Well, it means we have to come out and play now.
Get away. What's happening to Mark?
What's he done?
We'll have to come out and play now. This is like, 15th watch along or something, and we haven't come out to play once yet. I must have lost 14 in them.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
You may end up just chucking a few strikers on just for laughs.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is though? Like, I think now you're probably desperate to get anything from this game now. So I would probably take Joe Linton off. I hate saying this, but I'll probably put Carroll on, and you just whip it into the box as often as you can. Get Murphy on as well. Get everybody on. I think that's our only chance now.
Is this the you've been reading this Steve Bruce book of tactics, like?
Mate, like, come on though, like this game, you can't lose this game. If you pick a point up, then fair enough. You can't lose it. You can't.
Fucking go towards him, man.
The problem is we can't get a hold of the ball.
They're so passive, man. We're so passive, it's untrue. Teams just run through it as if we're not even there. When we get the ball, there's zero options for the player that's got the ball. There's zero movement when the player's got the ball. It's just unbelievable how bad it is. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's 1-0 there, but let's be fair. I mean, it could be a lot more, right? Could have been 1 or 2 in the first 10 minutes.
What? Probably 3 touches in their box.
It's just not good enough. And I hate to say it, but we all knew, right? We all knew that performance would be like that. Would get passed and run off the field. We'll look so slow and lazy, man.
If that fucker dare comes out at any point over the next week and says that we've conceded that goal because of that injury which has happened on the pitch, he can fucking get in the bin, because every team was affected by that injury. So you can't blame that, and you know for fine well he'll have that in his boot already.
Oh, I might just
we're losing the game in the middle of the pitch.
Mark, we're losing the game every part of the pitch, not the middle, every part of the pitch.
Yeah, but that's where they're getting the ball. That's where they're doing the damage. Is
they're getting the ball in the middle of the pitch because we're not getting past the middle.
The damage is done in the dugout, lads.
Well, there is that. But he had an opportunity there to do something about it, and he brings on Hendrick.
Do you know what it is, though? Once again, I think we're in the same position we predicted this as every other fan did. We've left it too late to make a change, as always. We saw this coming. We saw that the games in front of us and the performances that the team were delivering weren't good enough, and we weren't going to pick any points up. And when was the last time we won a game?
Everton, maybe.
Gloves are off, eh? The gloves are off.
Everton and West Brom.
So Bruce's first excuse for not picking up wins one because he was going to do it his way. Ever since we've done it his way, it's been even worse.
Oh, fuck, man. I'm telling you. Fucked. It's just... I mean, how lazy and tired and, like... We just look so well. Confidence is one thing, right? But every time I see, we'll always look second best, not just in terms of quality, but we'll look at what we're outworked, we're outran every single time I watch it. It's just,
look at that goal. That goal sums it up. The player picks it up, moves to the right, drops the shoulder, and he goes all the way into the center of the box, then scores. Like, he's got all the time in the world.
We didn't react to the sub or the situation at all. Like, because it came, you know what I mean? It came very soon after the Hayden injury, and we didn't react from the sub very well.
If, Bruce blames Hendrick for not getting his instructions on quickly enough.
Could be, aye. Could be.
Come on, though. Like, you go back to that substitution though. Like, Hendrick, come on. Like, he's obviously, him and the Longstaffs, there's obviously something happening behind the scenes there. Has to be. Because, fair enough,
well, we've all heard the rumours.
We're said in the past that Longstaffs, both of them, weren't delivering the performances that we have seen in the past, more so Sean than Matty, of course. But then you look at every time that Hendrick's played, he's been shocking the last handful of times. So now you revert back and give Longstaff a chance. Something's happening behind the scene. The only reason Longstaff is on the bench now is if we are desperate for a midfielder to go on the field. That's the only reason he's there.
Numbers.
It's numbers. It is numbers, and it's about time Steve Bruce swallowed his pride and stopped giving Hendrick the time of day and give Longstaff another chance.
I agree, right?
He won't, though. He won't.
It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter if it's Hendrick or it's Sean Longstaff. It doesn't matter because it's the other 10 that are absolute garbage as well. It's the overall formation. It's the overall tactics. Sean Longstaff isn't going to come on this game in that moment and change out because it's absolutely shit. I agree that I don't want to see Hendrick. I'm sure my reaction proved that when he was taking his bib off. I don't want to see him. But the whole problem with what we're watching is it runs a lot deeper than Jeff Hendrick as the substitute. Do you know what I mean? Like it's absolutely garbage, man. All over the field, all over the pitch. It's just unreal, man. Unbelievable. How you can play a team that have won. And I like Brighton. Do you know what it is? I do. I like the way they play, but they've won, 2 home games all season? Is that what we've said at the start? 2 games?
Yeah, 1 in the league.
Yeah, one in the league.
They're showing the goal now again here. So let's just have a look at it. So it comes from the halfway line, just ball over the top. And who's that marking? Mankio?
Clark.
Yeah.
Clark
now.
Oh, it's Clark, sorry, yeah.
Shelby follows that runner. Yeah.
His poor that.
Well, you've got to show him down the line, right? Once Clark gets there, he's got to show him down the line.
He's not even close to him, mate. Not even close to him.
He has to show him down the line away from goal.
There, which means Clark has to come across, and then he's just done by the turn inside.
You know, this is going to sound like such an easy.
Lascelles flat-footed, yeah, and he just moves his shoulders to let the ball go past him, by the looks of it.
The ball goes over the top of Lascelles.
This is going to sound really kind of anti-Jeff Hendrick immediately, but I think if Isaac Hayden's on the pitch, he gets in the way that he's the man who would break that up. If he comes inside there and you've got Hayden on there, he just steps in front.
Jesus, look at that, lads. Look at that stats. Look at that stats there. 25% possession, man.
Against
a team who's a point above her.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting at. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. They're fifth bottom, and we've made them look like bloody Brighton Munich.
Yeah, Brighton Munich was that's
quite good.
That's a good pick. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Only.
It's just garbage. It's just shit, and you just get to a stage where, like, when is it going to end, man?
Dear me. Where do we go from here?
Championship. The thing is, Mark, and I've said this before many, many times, I have zero faith in him to be able to change it now in that dressing room for 15 minutes, to come out there and change the performance and change the result. Zero faith in them being able to do that.
Not at all, Dagger. Not at all. I mean, this is 28 games now this season, and it hasn't happened yet.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Absolutely exactly, yeah. Exactly.
We need some energy and some legs in the middle of midfield, and we've now got Hendrick and Shelby sitting there.
Yeah.
God almighty, man. How bad is that, man? How bad is that? Unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable.
I'm going to put my iPad down a second so I can see what's going on.
It's got to be his last game, this, I'm telling you. It's got to be his last game. Has to be. Has to be.
Well, you know what it is, and I agree with you. Like, I would have had him gone. Well,
he needed as long ago, a long time ago.
There's no. I've got absolutely no faith that the club have got anyone lined up, or that they would. We've done this time and time again with them, where the exception of Rafa, because he approached the club, like they sack people and then go, "Oh shit, we've got to appoint someone else now." I forgot about that. Yep. It would be Graham Jones. I'm
but
sure.
Yeah, again, if they do, they've left it far too late. Because you're now coming into a run of games where, you're going to struggle to get a result. We're running out of time. If you'd have done it 3 or 4 games ago, when we went into this run where potentially you think these are winnable games, you give yourself a bit of a chance in those ones. Whereas now,
do you know what it is as well, Mark? Sorry, man. Sorry. Is what? These are games that we think that we should be winning, right? Okay. What I get so pissed off with, we don't even look like winning the game. Like, we all think it's games we should be winning, but we never ever look like we can win a game ever.
No.
And like this just proves it here. You played against a side that's won 1 home game in the league, right? The 5th bottom, they're a point ahead of you, or whatever it may be. And we've literally made them look like they're a Champions League side. We've literally been ripped apart.
I haven't laid a glove on them.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Was it 1 touch in the box? I mean, it might still be 1 touch in the box. Maybe it's 2 now because we had that header that went wide.
The first one was Jordan when he got shoved in the back. It was only a long ball up with him that he chested. It wasn't exactly like a touch. Do you know what I mean? Like, if any note, we're just outclassed in almost every single game we sit and watch, week in and week out. Outclassed
by teams that don't
have an update from George.
Oh.
So George has just texted back there saying, poor lad, I'm okay, thank you, holding back the tears.
That's just from watching the first 4 minutes. Never mind Isaac.
I thought that was nothing to do with the Isaac Hayden injury.
No.
Bessie, have you put any comments on the screen or not?
No, I haven't.
You're the only one that's got access to it.
I've got 4 beers in front of us. Yeah, like I've already had. I'm 3 in, so we'll see what happens in the second half.
What, you got another 4 left?
No, I've got 1, 2, 3, about 10 or 11 left.
Yes, let's get Bestie pissed.
I want to keep a couple for tomorrow night though. I like to finish off the weekend with a bit of a fruity. I'm banging into these at the minute. Like,
so did you hear about John Yemen?
I thought you didn't like Elvis.
I just like his juice.
John, so Brewdog, no, was it Brewdog or IPA? Is it the same thing? The Brewdog IPA? Yeah. They were doing a thing, doing a little Willy Wonka like golden ticket, but there's 5 golden tickets.
All right, yeah.
So Brewdog were doing 5 golden bottles. John Yemen only went and got one of them.
If there's a man...
So he won, I think it's £10,000 in shares to Brewdog and £15,000 cash and a tour of the Brewdog factory in Scotland.
Mint. That's class out. Like.
How do I know nothing about this?
The bottle itself is made of pure gold. I think that's what the 15. I think that's what the 15 grand is. You don't get cash, but the bottle is worth 15 grand.
Worth that much. Yemen's got that.
I might not have been supposed to have said that.
I was going to say I haven't heard anything about that.
First I've heard. I saw you. John was on Facebook. He's looking good with long hair these days. Like it.
No, he's not, mate. Because he puts it in curtains. He puts it in curtains. No, every time I see him, he's got curtains.
No, it is. Last night I was sitting watching. Whatever I was watching last night, I forgot what it was, and I thought, because I used to have curtains when I was a kid. So I thought, I wonder what my hair would look like in curtains now. So I did it.
I've always had blinds, to be fair, mate.
No, mate. So I put them in curtains. I thought it doesn't look too bad, that. And I stepped backwards under a light, and it's just a big bald streak down the middle of my head. I thought, nah, come over.
So, Bessie, do you know, like, we'll go on the story of baldness. The first time I realised I was going bald, I was in Wolverhampton, Asda, right? Wolverhampton, Asda. I went and I was going out the exit, and above the exit was like mirrors on a slant, like above your head. And I looked up and I just went, oh shit. Like, and I swear to God, my head was bouncing back off the lights and off the mirrors. It was horrendous.
Mine's not too bad. It's thin at the front a bit, and it's the pattern baldness thing, but it's not for a 39-year-old. I'll take it. Like, they were gone. There's curtains.
That's not you.
It is. Christmas '98 in a Newcastle dressing gown, but you can't really tell because of the.
I used to love my curtains back in the 90s.
I have a belt. I used to love on curtains.
So now that we've got a little bit of a pause here, Bessie, talk me through the shirts behind you.
Right. In fact, no. Any guesses, lads? I'm sure we've already mentioned one of them, like, but
Daryl's mentioned results against Brighton. Obviously, Diome, the one over your left shoulder.
yep.
The middle one, that shirt just reminds me of Dwight Gale. Every time I see that, I just can't think past Dwight Gale.
That
Dwight
one,
Gale.
we beat them 2-0 at St James's. John Joe scored a free kick, his first goal for it. And it was when Lascelles had the ponytail and scored the header.
Oh, the top knot.
The top knot. So, yeah, I thought, because we haven't
Did
really...
you not cut it off after that game?
Remember,
Not long
what was the game that we were at when? You remember this when I shouted at Lascelles about his hair,
It was a cup game.
and he turned around and was laughing. Yeah.
Aye, because you were
Oh,
bald.
lads, this one. Any guess? Any guesses on that one? Mark, you might get this one because you're an old lad. It's score draw as well, like, so we'll just pretend there's number bags there. But
Was that?
because they're hard to come by, the number ones of these.
Did we beat them in the FA Cup or something like that?
We might have done, but it's got nothing to do with this one later.
It's not that one. No. It's the only thing I think we're beating them in the 80s in the cup.
It's you're the one most likely to get it, Mark, out of the three lads, and that's no disrespect to Decker or Mark. It's just because, like I say, you're the one closest, well, older than me, so
just.
I look a lot older than you, like, but
Oh, God. Right, here we're going, lads. Another 45 minutes of
Oh
pain
God,
here.
Oh, shit.
We're back-
that
we're
came
back-
around quick, didn't it?
back on our way.
Oh, the bestie.
it was Keegan's last game. We beat him 3-1 at St James's.
Oh,
right,
yes.
okay.
Aye.
Peter Beardsley scored what is, I think,
So
still my
Bestie-
dad's favourite ever goal. He
One of
slid
the
it-
questions I've
Oh,
got
was
for
it
you,
the one where he
bestie.
went along the line?
Unbelievable.
No,
No.
He on the whole team and ran it.
Doing the tackle.
Aye. Dennis got it. He tackles the
Oh,
defender on the
nice.
edge of the box
In.
and chips it over
Yeah.
Joe Corrigan.
Yeah.
So
I-
bestie,
I-
do you know when we are going in these games, do you have in your head that I'm going to get this shirt, and this shirt, or do you have to Google it?
No.
You just
I had to
know.
Google that one because I was sure it was that one, but I can't remember. But I remember, the Diame one, obviously.
Yeah, I can't
It's
forget
obvious.
that. Yeah.
And then
To
that
be honest,
one,
Bestie, I think you put more sort of like, strategy and things in place than Brewster's in terms of the lineup. Like, I really do with your shirt selection. I definitely think you've got more organisation.
I might do as it happens. Like maybe I do, but I thought I've got all these shirts to hand. I might as well try and mix it up a little bit. Like so.
Right, so Daryl's has sent lots of exclamation marks in. Hang on. This, lads,
That's Chelford Mills. Chelford Mills, Brighton. Yeah. Aye. This might be. Chippewa Joe Corrigan, Geordie Lancaster's right. Chelford Mills was the ref. I think for that cup match that you mentioned there, Mark. Actually, he was kind of Chelford Mills was the byword for bad referees until
He was
Uriah Rennie,
horrendous, wasn't he?
until Uriah Rennie came along and obviously blew him out the water. So
God, you're right. Uriah Rennie hated us, didn't he?
he really did. Like
That one when he sent Shearer off against Villa.
Oh,
Has to be one of the worst.
first game of the season.
One of the worst. That was
His
shocking,
best
that,
he-
wasn't it?
Not quite, Neil. I'm missing. I've not got any of the seasons yet.
Bessie, you're normally like me, though. You normally wait for the season to end and get it when it's on sale, don't you?
Get it
I
on half price.
I bought one for Alfie from that's had to be delivered from abroad, shall we say? And I've ordered it when Wilson's got his second against Everton, and it hasn't come yet.
Oh, wow.
You imagine, like,
Only about 3 weeks, like 3-4 weeks.
That's
well,
2
like
months.
shirts up. To be fair, I bought a few. Is it DHgate one? Did you say, Bessie? Sorry.
I didn't say as much, like, but
With that
That's
I-
like
I-
With that 40
right, yeah.
websites are available.
Yeah, I ordered one, and honestly, I think it's been at least a year. And I emailed the seller, and I was like, "Yeah, mate, what's the crack like?" And he says, "Check your postage." So I checked the thing, and it says like it can be delivered in June. Estimated time is June the 1st. I ordered it in 2017. It's unbelievable, man. But you were about like putting shirts up, and you put them up for memories, right? So we've all got them, and you put them up, and you're like, "Oh, like that goal or that game." Like, imagine years to come, you put the shirt up we've got now, and like, why you got that on there?
Because we got relegated.
The box against Brighton. Like,
Aye.
fucking hell.
I
Like,
think Mark's right that if we're doing this in 10 years' time, we're having another relegation season. I'll have that one alongside the black sleeve Adidas and the
And then
one
next
bit.
season we'll have one like this where it'll be a championship shirt.
As long as it's a championship winning shirt, mate.
How?
Go on, Fraser.
Oh, he's in the post!
Oh,
oh,
mate. Goal kick as well.
Bastard. That was our best chance on it. God. Good play, that.
That's a nice link up between the front three. Like,
It's a
Oh.
lovely effort as well. Like, he's unlucky there.
Done the keeper there, like he's absolutely done the keeper as well.
That's promising
all
though.
ends up.
Right.
Let's hope that gives you a bit of confidence.
Like, exactly what I was going to say, Decker. Like, you get that attack, then you keep on going and going and going. You don't just sit back again now.
Yeah, must get up them now.
Right. Push them up. Block them in.
Oh, is someone about to shave the pubes or something?
It's just the heating's coming on in the office.
This episode is sponsored by Manscaped.com.
Oh,
Shit.
get in, man.
That's right.
Well,
It definitely does sound like
Yeah, it does,
sounds
doesn't
like
it?
someone's
Yeah.
trimming, aye?
Yeah, you're right.
It's like one of them, like the nose and ear things. Like one of them.
was Welbeck at Sunderland when we beat him 5-1? Was he in that team then?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, he was.
Was
Yeah,
that?
he
I
was.
keep forgetting because they had like him and they had Fraser Campbell came from Man U as well, didn't he? When he was at Sunderland briefly.
Yeah.
Time check. I've got
50 minutes for me.
same 53, 4, 5.
I'm going to pause for
etc.
a second because I'm a little
Oh,
bit ahead of you.
Jesus, Jack.
I'm 1 second ahead of you, bestie.
God. He's tried 3 times to get the ball out there, Shelby. 3 times he tried. Couldn't do it.
So I installed a VPN
when leading.
today.
That gives you a bit of confidence.
Show the
Does
start
it
of us
though?
coming back when getting
Yeah,
beat.
does
So
it?
it'll be 0.
How's it working out for you, Chris?
Newcastle came from behind.
Fine, mate. We've had no problems tonight. I think the VPN might have sorted it. It took us a week to get the VPN to work, like, but
It worked.
Should have went a tunnel bed.
Oh God, I've got my WhatsApp open. I'm going to turn that around now.
Bessie, don't be
Bessie.
saying that.
Are you
man.
joking?
It's 2-0, isn't it? Oh,
Oh my God.
Laura again.
exactly the same again. It's the same goal.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly the same goal. Lads, we're down. We're gone. Relegated.
Just fuck. Honestly, just bin us off now. Bin us off now.
Right, substitution now. Has to make a substitution.
Look how easy it is, yeah, though. Look how easy it is.
Look at the space he's got there,
It's the
man.
room. You know how we've been
Can't
saying
let
all
him come
week.
inside, man.
Why
We've
are
been
you
saying all
letting
week
him come
about
in
how-
there?
It's exactly the same. Exactly
It is.
the same.
Great finish, man. It's a great finish. But
We've been saying all season about how narrow the fullbacks play, and there we are. He's just pick the ball up there, loads of room, cut inside. Nah, it's garbage. It's terrible, that.
Don't let him come in, man.
the thing is, as well, as what's unreal, Mankiw, right? Fair enough, right? He's tried, but there should be a centre half or
Somebody
a defence,
there.
somebody else to meet him when he gets past Mankiw. There's just nobody there whatsoever.
Lascelles is miles away from him.
It's a fucking
Again,
shambles.
when you
that.
look at the
It's a
shape
shambles.
of the back four,
It's terrific. It's absolutely horrific. It's identical to the first goal, pretty much.
That's a foul.
You fuck
As well, by
now.
looks of things.
I said
Hey,
2-0.
my
Could
boys.
be fucking 4, yeah, or something.
Danny Welbeck's first goal since December.
Yeah, Dr. Newcastle, we'll see you now.
So Brighton
The Pitsman.
have won once this season at home. Danny Welbeck hasn't scored since December.
Boo.
Up come
he has been
Newcastle
injured,
United.
to be fair.
And here
Get
we
him
go.
sacked.
Surely, right? Surely.
Too late. Doesn't matter if you sack him now or whenever
Yeah,
now. Too
but
late.
no, we need him gone to try and build some momentum for the following season. I really believe that. Because if we
Whether-
keep him till the last day, fuck me.
Whether or not we sack him now, I want to be in the same stadium as him next season at some point.
Hmm.
I'd go to another team's game to abuse him.
Yeah, I'm with you. Shall we make that a day out?
And if like not unless he's a
Who's going
Barnsley, 'cause I
to
quite-
give him a job?
Someone will give him a job. It's that English carousel, mate. Somebody will give him a job. It's fucking shit, this,
Keep
like.
the ball, man.
Wobble. I keep thinking that's just the Scottish FA logo on their sleeve, but obviously it's not.
I think if you're looking at sacking the manager now, you've got to remember we're not in the relegation zone
Hit him. yet.
So that's the only silver lining, I would say, in regards to a new manager coming in. Well, we're in the relegation zone when Rafa came in.
I'm pretty sure we were, yeah.
I would just drop into it.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong, but I think we were.
Keep the ball, man, for God's sake. Look at this again.
Oh, fucking
Where
hell,
is
man.
the shape in midfield, man?
Come on.
When's the international break? There's got to be
No.
one
Next
coming.
weekend, isn't it? It's after this
No.
game.
There you
yeah.
go.
No.
There you go. There you go,
Sack
lads.
him now.
Telling you now. You've got
This is
to
what
get
was-
rid of him now.
Digga, this is what we said last
Go on,
international
Fraser.
weekend.
Go on,
Sack
Fraser.
him now.
Oh,
That's another on that, Bruce. What we've just witnessed that second there, Fraser, is exactly what we are, aren't we, in regards to an attacking threat? A player gets the ball on the halfway line, has to beat 3 men
Mm-hmm.
to have any chance.
That's what we
Digga,
did.
we've said it for the last 2 seasons. We're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That is what we are, isn't it? Give it to a fast player and hope for the best.
Is he getting subbed off?
We need to go to a
Brilliant.
4 in midfield here.
Is
We
he-
need to go to a 4.
Oh, I thought he was heading towards a touchline there.
He is he? Oh, Welbs.
I think the move now, I think what you'll probably do is Almiron off, Murphy on, Joe Linton off, Carroll on.
No. Stick Almiron and Joe up front. Take Shelby off.
That won't happen.
Bring
That
Murphy
won't
on
happen.
and go
Yeah, you
4-4-2.
know that's not happening.
We need 4 in midfield. They are absolutely killing us in midfield because we're just far too narrow.
Yeah, but
with the
it's
3.
too late to make that change. It's too late to make that change. You need somebody who's going to score goals on now.
But if you go and put 4 in midfield, then you can at least have 2 up front.
Do you think Joe's going to score you the goals that you would need?
But
Hold
at
on,
least
Hendry.
get into that position with Almiron and Joe, and then
Not happening, mate. You could put him in that position with Wilson, Gale, Carroll, anybody else. He's not scoring the goals that we need.
here's Gale. Has to go to 4 in midfield.
Joel, come off.
Or even
Joel,
Richie.
come
Bring
off.
Richie on.
Is Woodlick on still? Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's been missing, hasn't he, totally?
Literally.
I
Missing.
think what Mark's saying is right though. I think the full midfield has. I don't think it's just one of them. I think they all have.
And it's
They
because
got-
they're.
You've
because
got to
they've
remember
so
Hendrick
many in
came on before
midfield.
half time. I haven't seen him once yet, man.
No, it's too slow. It's far too slow in the middle anyway. But bloody hell, like.
Look at it. Like, where is the shape to this team? What is the shape in the formation?
It's gone back to
Where
keeper.
is
This,
it?
it's gone long. Any second.
There's players just scattered everywhere.
Block again. Jesus, man, honestly.
There's
It's
no shape,
appalling, isn't
no
it? It's not
organisation.
even that good, actually. It's not even that good.
Oh shit! I've just blocked the. Oh, I've done it again. We have blocked the wrong person. Shit. Sorry. Oh shit, Adam. You need to get on the case if you're watching, Adam. I blocked the wrong person again. I need, you know what it is? It changes that quick. Like I can't. Like I'm scared to try and block him again in case I get the wrong one again.
Well, whoever's misbehaving in the comments, stop it or you're getting blocked.
Adam, if you're watching, would you please go and unblock? His name is Mark Edward Brown. Would you unblock him, please?
I might go in there and give you loads of abuse so I get blocked.
Come on, Steve. Where are the substitutions?
Fucking arseholes, man. Bastards.
I think nearly 10 minutes behind since we've gone behind. Again.
Right, look
Let's
at
have a
their
little bit of
defensive line
something.
there. Look at their defensive line there compared to what ours is like when they pick the ball up on the edge of the box. They just can't get- oh my fucking God.
That was horrific,
my
by the way.
God.
Mind we are, the
Pretty
thing
hell,
is,
that was bad.
we are so slow at getting the ball forward as well that they've got a chance to
Yeah.
get back and do that.
But did you see there though how?
Look back.
Look how they've doubled up on Fraser there. He's come across.
Yeah.
You've got one
But
watching the rundown line, one watching the cutback. It's
you find that they'll come out, they'll go towards the man nearly every single time. We just back off, constantly back off.
Anybody in the box.
It's Sunday League stuff.
But they're so like when they break, they've got 8 players forward. When they're defending, they've got all of them 8 players back because they've got energy, they've got pace, they can move. We are just so pedestrian, slow, and laboured.
How are you made? Go on, John.
And then Shelby just resorts to trying to ping it.
Excuse me. Sorry, that's a bit of windy pops.
Oh, Miggy, dear me.
Oh, Mickey, good grief.
Hooray.
Murphy.
Who do you reckon's going off? Fraser, Almiron. It's one of them.
It has to be Shelby or Willock. It has to be.
Willock's done. I mean, maybe it's Tuesday syndrome, but
I bet it's not.
I've not seen Willock touch a ball.
That'll be Fraser Almiron. Who? Hendrick? We're taking Hendrick off.
Well, I would, but Willock. I mean, Willock be on the pitch for an hour, man.
But it has to be Willock or Shelby. Has to be. But you can guarantee, as you've just said,
I'll put money on now. It'll be Fraser.
It'll be Miggy.
Or Miggy. Yeah, Fraser, Miggy.
He's having a torrid time on this side, by the way.
Well, back, just keep on running towards the centre of the box and just shoot, mate. You'll have plenty of time.
But why wouldn't you just keep both of them on? Go to a 4-4-2 or a 4-5-1. Put Miggy in behind Joe and play 4 across the middle. You have to go to a midfield 4.
Do you know what it
Look
is?
at that. Shelby, move, man, Shelby.
Everything I've just seen there in the last minute there, we just couldn't do any of that. Like, we physically couldn't pass the ball out. We couldn't move off the ball like that. It's just unbelievable, like, the difference.
Who's off? Fraser.
Is that 28?
I'm sure Fraser's 28, isn't he?
Well, thank God for that.
Joe.
Had to be. Right. You have to now go to a 4-5-1 or a 4-2.
The kid was, sorry, he was absolutely dreadful. As all of them have been, to be fair. I don't like to single out people all the time, but he's been poor.
I can't agree to that because I can't remember doing anything. I can't remember being on the screen, so I can't say whether he's good or not.
It was, yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Anyone else watch Comic Relief last night?
I watched the Bond pod for obvious reasons.
God, it was desperate. It was desperate that night, wasn't it?
It was as bad as I thought it would be. As bad as this. I said to Lisa, I was like, I'll watch it, but it's going to be shocking. And it was. It was very poor.
There was a bit that I thought of you, Decker, actually, which I didn't. There was a bit where I thought of you because I didn't actually realise this was a thing. But Back to the Future, the musical.
Yeah,
I'm going to see it. I've got tickets. I'm going in November, I think.
Oh, that'll be the worst thing ever. Like,
I don't think I would enjoy it.
Back to the Future, the musical.
Well, Back to the Future is unreal, but I bet you'll destroy in the musical.
The musical was.
I'll let you know.
Strange.
Like they're doing the Father Ted musical, and like Father Ted's the best program there ever was. But like a musical,
best program ever.
Aye.
Oh, what is
Father Ted is meant like.
But like you couldn't. To me, you for Father Ted, you've got to have like Dermot Morgan, Odlo Hanlon, Frank Smith. You couldn't.
Well, that's where it's going to be different about the future, obviously. But sometimes when it's a stage show, you can't get away with it. Like, to be fair.
Oh, mate, man, dear God, he's about 3 weeks late for that tackle.
Well, it's probably the nearest we've getting of a player all night, to be honest with you.
Oh, it is.
I mean, I don't want him to dive in and get booked, but I mean, it's probably the closest we've been to being a challenge.
Man.
We're just so off the pace. It's just unbelievable.
Do you know what it is, lads? Right? There's no denying this. We are fucking dog shit.
We're not even
that good, mate. We're not even that good.
Awful team.
We're
literally worse than
we deserve to get relegated because other teams are actually trying and playing decent football. We aren't. We're literally garbage.
That's ours.
Absolutely pissed. We're pissed. And we're saying this is Newcastle United fans. Newcastle United fans that demand the team are in the top 6 of the Premier League, challenging for Champions League. No, fucking relegate us now because we are absolutely horrific. Horrific as a football team.
If any club watching this should be demanding more. Like, regardless, like,
Absolutely.
it's that poor. You've got to be demanding
Mate,
more than what I'm
any
saying.
other fan of any other Premier League team watching this now be like, right, just relegate Newcastle because they're offering nothing
Mate,
to the
not
Premier
even
League.
a Premier League team, lads. Honestly, if you have a
Yeah.
League Two, I'm looking at the league table now. So let's say Port Vale, because we're black and white as well. If Port Vale turned up with Brighton tonight, or whatever, in a cup match, and put this performance in, they'd be going like, "Fucking hell, this is awful."
Oh,
Yeah,
Like, there's just nothing.
we could
There's
be in
no
a cup
heart. There's
game
no.
against any league, any team in any of those lower leagues, and they'd fancy their chances against this team right now. Any single one of them.
100% you would.
we got
Absolutely
taken-
100%.
We got taken the penalties by a League Two team, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Early
did.
in the
Exactly.
season. I mean, we also put 7 past another one as well. Like, so there's that. But
At the second attempt.
No, that
No,
was
that's
in one night.
First one, yeah.
Was it?
Newport, though, didn't we
Was it
draw
not
against
the-
Newport at home?
yeah,
Or Rochdale or
I
something?
thought
we
that
did?
was the
a
replay.
shocker. No. We beat Morecambe 7 now, just straight cuff. Just that's what it was.
you don't have replays in the League Cup anyway. That's how that one went to penalties.
Just FA Cup, yeah.
FA Cup, aye, that's right, yeah.
Look, that run through the middle. Oh, he's missed him. Corner ball. Lewis Donkey will go 3-0.
This is diabolical.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't think you'll see out on Monday. Like,
I think he will. And
Yeah, I think he will.
That's what
I think he's
pisses
here.
off the most.
I think he's probably
the
here again this
duration
season.
now.
There he is.
I think it's unfortunately until we are either relegated or the end of the season, whichever comes first.
Do you know what it is, though,
That's
Mark?
when
Do you know
he's
what it is,
gone.
right? You look at his last press cut. Oh, hang on, I'll let this come in because I might concede again.
What's a bad corner that mind?
Oh God! Get out, man!
So
Carry it!
Good ball, Andrew, now.
Look at that! 4 players on him straight away.
And
That
there's
is
no
the
eye.
difference. That is
demand,
the
mate.
difference.
It's
They-
demand. It's fight.
They're
It's fight.
trying. They're putting the effort in. They're chasing the ball. They want it. They want to win.
so I said at half
What happens when
time.
we get into this position? One player.
Exactly. We don't work hard enough at all. We don't work hard enough as a team, on with the ball or without it.
No, but Steve Bruce demands people work hard for him. Steve Bruce demands that people run for him.
Do you know what it is, though? Like what I was going to say, his interviews anyway, and his press conference pisses off at the best of times. But last week he basically said that he wants the best for this football club. In the same sentence, he said that he hasn't been good enough. And then the next sentence, he said that he won't walk away from the job. So in other words, that's basically Steve Bruce. Like anybody would probably do so. Is just waiting around for a payoff, or for the club to come to him saying, "Right, Bruce, we'll make you leave as mutual consent, but we'll give you half of the payoff." Bruce doesn't want the best for this football club. Bruce wants the best for his bank balance. That's all that it is.
Well, it's just another phrase, another paragraph that he says that's complete and utter bullshit.
He's a
It's
fucking
like-
idiot, man. He's a fucking idiot. I'm sick of it. I was sick of him weeks ago, and I'm fed up now. Like,
If he wanted what was
literally
best
fed
for the
up.
football club, he wouldn't have took the job in the first place. Like, that's something I don't understand. When people say, "Oh, well, if any Newcastle fan would have took it," I wouldn't have. I know I'd be no good.
Oh, if someone to me went, "Chris, do you want to manage Newcastle United football?" I'd be no.
Get us on the books for 10 years as a coach first. Try and bring us up to scratch, and then maybe, but not like. And Steve Bruce was never.
How can he have that
Jesus,
much
how's he
space
got
with
that
3
much-
players, man?
He's never
that was
been good enough.
ridiculous. That was ridiculous. That like
Like I can feel myself getting more
Oh,
and more.
piss off, man!
3-0.
Absolutely pathetic.
It is.
Absolutely
It's-
ridiculous.
really, fucking hell, man.
Stupid fat-headed cabbage. Ugh! Look at the space he's got there, man.
That was
Just
unreal.
standing looking at him. For God's sake. 3 of them. 3 of them. There's 3 of them standing in a line, any of them waiting to tap it in. And our 3 defenders are standing 5 yards away from them. Look at that. Pathetic.
First.
Ah, fuck. fucking hate Steve Bruce.
Poor lads. I didn't think they'd be picked apart quite as easily as this, mind. Defensively resilient Newcastle.
Look at the shape again. Look, 6 of our players just standing in the centre circle. They haven't got a clue what they're doing.
The problem's not on the pitch, though, lads.
It'll end up 5 or 6. It'll end up 5 or 6 because
the
they're all
problem
over
is,
the place.
You're thinking too much about David Ginola and Les Ferdinand.
He knows he's sacked. He knows he's sacked.
They beat us bloody 3-0 at home as well, didn't they?
Aye.
Fucking 6 in aggregate now.
This is why we're sitting on minus 17 goal difference or whatever it is.
Well, this is what we said earlier in the week. Well, actually, straight after full time last night, tomorrow Brighton will come into this with fight. We won't.
Yeah. That result last weekend was it set them right up for this. Not to say that that's the only reason I beat them with. Like, I'm not kind of absolving Newcastle responsibility, but you can see and this is what's infuriating about Bruce. And when people say it's too late to bin him, you can see when Brighton haven't been Potter, obviously, but you can see
urgency. No urgency.
What a good run, a couple of good results can do for a team, and we just haven't got. We've completely lost whatever we had now. That run of comparatively reasonable Everton and a couple of wins out there. I think Palace was on them, Southampton. It's completely lost.
Look at this again.
They're not done, you know. Yeah, they're not done by any stretch here.
Nah, they're going to score another couple.
We're totally done. Finished.
It's so annoying, isn't it? Though that it's all so predictable. That we all knew that this was coming. We all knew.
But I'll put a fucking £10 bet on these daft cunts to win a game.
I know, but we knew we knew that this was going to happen. I don't mean necessarily like this particular moment in this game, but I mean like the results and the performances were edging towards this situation happening. Do you know what I mean? And it's just unbelievable how I find myself here, really, to be honest.
Who's Martin Dunk? He's completely unmarked. Lewis Dunk, completely unmarked.
Mark, I think we're past marking players in 4 months ago now, man.
But it's basic discipline. Minus 20.
That's horrific, that,
So even if we win the next game, 15-0 was still in 17th.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, we could win 100-0 because we're 4 points behind.
We'll not score 15 goals between now and the end of next season.
But come on. Let's look at it, right? We were told by the pundits. We were told by TalkSport. We're being told by Paul Merson, Tim Sherwood, Joe Cole, God knows how many pundits, that we should have given Steve Bruce more respect. We should be giving him the time of day to take this club forward.
Oh, it's our fault.
Where we are right now. Our fault for this.
The right man for the job.
Steve Bruce is the right man because Newcastle fans want a Geordie in charge. Newcastle fans don't want a Cockney in charge. Piss off! Come on.
We haven't had a Newcastle fan in the stadium for a year, but it's our fault. Again, there, three of them pressing it. It's so. What does he do with them through the week when they're there?
Gives them half a week off, doesn't he?
To be honest, when you watch us play this badly, I mean, if we do get someone in, I mean, can it be changed? As quick as we need it to. It's so bad, man.
You would hope. You'd hope straight so, away, of course, that the players would have some sort of drive with a new manager coming in, because you do normally see it.
You do. I know. You normally do.
Do you know who the best candidate right now would be? Alan Pardew. Alan Pardew, because when he comes into a team, they win the next 6 games every single time.
Imagine.
Do you know what it is, lads? I hate to say this, but we have been saying this for the last few weeks. We need to bring a manager in now to prepare for the championship season next season.
Oh,
Got
definitely,
it.
yeah.
Have to. 100%, yeah. 100%. 100%.
Go on, Fraser. Fair play.
Because without a new manager in charge now, if Steve Bruce is here till the end of the season, we're not picking another point up. Not one.
No, we're probably not. And
I think we will. But I think we're just not.
Bessie,
We're not winning
looking at
anymore.
that. Bessie, looking at that.
I know we've drawn the last 3 playing terribly. Fortnite. I think we'll pick points up. Sheffield United will make it a point. Fulham possibly, but
I know,
we're certainly not going to win. We're winning no more games.
You look at this,
Yeah, we're
Bessie,
not winning,
man.
yeah.
We're playing Brighton and this, and I know we said must win games, like and this and that, but like tonight was our chance. If this team had any sort of fight and resilience against them, they'd go for this tonight, and they haven't.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So what's the incentive now from now on? Any other game that you go into, there's no incentive there. Nothing. This was the game tonight.
Well, I said at the start, at the top of the program, I said like it was this was the biggest game of the season, and it's 3-0 down with quarter of an hour left to play. So
one shot. No, in fact, we haven't had a shot on target. We haven't. Not one.
No, because he hit the post. And that header that he didn't put wide in the first half. So there we are. That's what.
Well, at least Andy Carroll come on for the last 20 seconds.
That's a sum total. Whatever tonight's been a header wide by a player who's going to be out until October or something, and hitting the post. And that's it.
We've had a message there saying Jeff Stalin has tweeted. Has he tweeted me, or has he just tweeted in general?
Merce was right. Leave Brucey alone.
Let's have a look, see what he's tweeted. Oh, so Jeff Stelling has tweeted. Come on, right? This is what pisses me off the most. Jeff Stelling has tweeted saying, "Okay, Newcastle fans, please don't hammer me, but now I think I understand."
Fair play, fair enough. We'll see what he says next week when one of his pisshead mates comes on. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's harsh. But when one of his mates comes off and
that's confirmation complete that Sean Longstaff is not dead.
Oh, God. Well, we are. It's just embarrassing, isn't it? Really, I think more than anything.
You watch this and you know if you knew no better, you would think that Brighton are sitting like second or third in the league, something like that.
Well, I agree there, and also to be really honest with you, we look like a League One side or a Championship. Actually, Championship I think's been too kind, to be honest.
If someone watching this is their first game of football who didn't know Brighton and Newcastle wouldn't have thought that they were 1 point apart at the start of the game.
Absolutely right.
It's like we won a competition again, yeah.
It's absolute night and day in regards to the, but which we knew, right? I'll say what I said at the start. I mean, I said we'll get beat 2-0, and I knew we'd get passed off the park. However, the lack of desire, the lack of shape, the lack of ideas. Like, I know I haven't got much quality as it is, but bloody hell, man! Like, there's not even any desire there, is there? Really, from a lot of them.
No, there's nothing.
There's no plan. All they're doing every time they get the ball, the only intention they've got is just to hoof it out to the left-hand side and try and get Fraser away down that wing. That's every single pass that when we get the ball, is going out to Fraser.
Do you know what it is like, lad? I'm not sure about you, but I'm like, I'm embarrassed now. Absolutely embarrassed for this football club.
Thing is, I've just had a quick look on Twitter there, and there's loads of people saying this. It's got to be the end for Bruce and stuff. And we said this time and time again with Pardew and McLaren. With Bruce should have been well. I've said I think every time we've done a show for the past 6 months, I've said he shouldn't have a job in the first place. I've been firmly of that belief since he got appointed. But
we'll go back to the argument that you had with Gary Neville.
Well, it wasn't really an argument. I just got put me place by him.
Gary Neville put you in the place, even though Gary Neville was wrong. But obviously, that debate that you had with Gary Neville, that your point is being proven correctly. Now it is, Bestie. I'm going to go and find that.
Nah, I wouldn't bother me. He's probably busy shouting at substage and for not being too quick. So
I know that. We've said about McLaren should have been sacked earlier, and we've spoke to death about it really. But he did get sacked eventually with 10 games to go. So there is a point where
how many games are left now?
I think there's 9, is there not?
is this 29? Is it?
I think it is. I think it is. I'm sure. Yeah.
So if it doesn't happen, right? So if it doesn't happen in the next 48 hours, it isn't happening at all.
What's your Bestie?
This is 29, right?
What I will say, we're not in the bottom 3.
Again. Yeah, we're going again.
The room.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
There could be another one up there. Easy.
God, look at the room he had there, man.
Was it Murphy getting back?
That should be 4-0. That
I'm not quite sure, to be honest, mate. I couldn't.
It was well done. Might be Lascelles actually. Might be Lascelles.
Yeah, I think it was
got back well, like.
Look, man. Even their keeper is playing a sweeper for them because there's absolutely zero pressure on the ball, and with that far back, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
Ooh.
Still yet have a shot on target.
No. Will not. Look at how much time he had there.
Why not just let that run through the keeper?
I was going away.
Oh,
I would have done
this.
I would have done the same, to be fair.
Look at the lack of urgency, man.
Look at this. Just passing between
10
the
minutes
keeper
ago,
and
3-0
the fullback,
down,
man.
and there's no desire. And then they give it a stupid bloody ball like that, man.
Yeah, it's not.
Come on.
To Jeff Hendrick as well. But that's because I'm pressing so high.
God, we can't even pass the ball between.
Jesus,
let's 10 yards now, man.
But when you look at how high
what the fuck are they doing, man?
Look where Brighton are pressing that they're 3-0 up.
Yeah.
And they're right on our 20 yards from goal, trying to close us down.
Oh, but Bessie, we're about 4 seconds from losing the ball.
Oh, Joel.
No, but what I'm saying is, look how high they're pressing. Compare that to when their keeper had the ball earlier. He took 4 or 5 touches and chipped it over the Joe Linton's head to the left back. Decker says earlier, it's night and day the way the two set up.
It really is. It really is. There's no household names in that Brighton team, is there? There's no, there's no one in there that's pulling up trees, in my opinion. And them are just head and shoulders above us. Like,
I do like Lewis, don't mind. I like him a lot.
I do. I absolutely agree.
But I think when you look at
but collectively, if you look at their team, I mean, we are literally making them look like Liverpool prime, man. Do you know what I mean?
But when you look at how Newcastle are playing now, look at how the players are, the way the shape's gone, how the players are carrying themselves. This is a relegation team.
It is, yeah. I agree.
It's got relegation stamped all over it, especially with that.
Yeah,
and it's all that prick's
bloke in charge.
And then when you look at Fulham's performance last night, I mean, Parker was furious about their performance. That his press conference was brilliant.
Oh, for God's sake, man, come on!
This idiot will find a positive.
Saved.
He'll find. I swear to God, he'll find a positive from this.
You blame it on Hayden's injury.
His positive will be that we're not in the relegation zone. That's what his positive will be.
All about the accumulation of points.
Accumulation of points, and we've got more points than Fulham.
He's offside.
He's offside, isn't he? Yeah, he's offside.
I would, under the 90 minutes thing, Chris, I would got to stop swearing or swear a bit less often.
No, mate. Like, of course, like we're not employed by 90 minutes, so I'm still going to call Steve Bruce a daft twat, like as much as possible. Swear as much as you want, especially if it's towards Steve Bruce.
I've bit my tongue a couple of times. That's all. Just
no.
Not
swear as you mean to go on, mate. Like 90 minutes aren't going to stop us from swearing because this is what we do. We eat takeaways and swear.
And drink. Actually, no, I had fish and chip.
This 90 minutes has certainly made me swear.
Here's one. I was going to say there. I haven't had a takeaway for ages. Right, I had fish and chips a couple of nights ago. Alfie was at nursery, so we got him back. I walked to Paul's chippy, which is literally.
You sent him in nursery at night time.
Oh, I just get rid of him.
Chuck him over the fence.
He comes back, and we've got the fish and chips. So I'm sitting there. What we'll do is we'll give Alfie some of ours, so we have a little kind of plastic plate with some broken up chips, a little bit of fish there, like, just, not obviously can't handle the full portion. He's not even 2 yet, but like just anyway. So Amy's in front of us.
I guarantee you were handling full portions at the age of 2.
Is that some sort of euphemism?
Well, no, definitely not at the age of 2. No.
I am. That's one aspersion.
You've had a codfish in your time.
Oh, Mark. Until we meet again. So I'm sitting there, I'm breaking up these chips and putting them on this little plate for Alfie. Amy stood in front of us. Alfie walks across us, trips over my foot, grabs onto my tray to steady himself. The tray goes like that. And the poor little one's on the deck covered in fish and chips.
At one point, did you get your start stabbing with your fork?
Still ate it.
Did you cover the beer with salt and vinegar?
I literally
Pick the pain over.
I'll just put 2 little sachets of tartar sauce on my fish.
Oh, I love
Somehow every drop of tartar sauce was on his head.
Oh, bless him.
Bless him, was my tartar sauce. He was champion. Like, he was fine. It was my tartar sauce, not bless him, bless me. I'm sitting there eating like desiccated cod and a bed of chips.
I just fancy fish and
Somebody's
chips.
asking me to neck a drink here. Like, hang on, what have I missed?
Shell's put loads of stuff up neck and drinks in. What's that one? I'm too sure what the crack is. Like,
Every time Shell necks a drink, she decides like to tag me in it to say I've got to neck a drink.
Oh god!
You never did do that.
Eyeball and watch this.
You never did do that naked challenge, did you? That you were meant to do.
I drank what me and me mate Porter. I don't know if he's watching, like, but me and him drank. But was it Bacardi through an eyeball, or was it?
I've had tequila.
Maybe vodka.
Tequila.
Eyeball Paul.
That's what it was. That's honestly what it was. Well, like, do you reckon that would hurt? And we just went, this was bad. Like,
I wouldn't. I remember sitting
really bad. Like, it was bad.
I remember sitting in Ayanapa in 2002 during the World Cup.
Joe.
It was Ireland were playing somebody.
GEORDie Joe.
In the group stage. And it was me, Taylor, my mate Aidan, me mate John, who sometimes watches, John Hooley, and loads of Northern Irish lads, and they were snorting vodka out there. They just had a bottle of cheap vodka from the shop, snorting it. Mm-hmm. I'd never seen the like. I'd never seen the like.
Probably rugby players. It's a type of thing rugby fans.
I don't think they were. I think we're just Raj. Nice enough lads.
Did you see that video going around? I was on Twitter where they're setting light to their heads, and they have to neck the drink, and then they've got to pass the fire on. Christ, the third guy in, man, his whole face is just on flames.
Yeah, seeing that. There's
really
about 10 lads, isn't there?
Christ,
give or take,
that seems like a silly thing to do.
And they're having like sambucas, but the head's on fire at the time. Then they pass it on, if that makes sense. Like, and then their head goes on fire, and then they can only put the fire out after they've had the drink, and then pass it on, and then they put water over the head, like to get it out. But the third guy along, his whole face is just on flame.
Like Ghost Rider.
yeah.
I used to love it. A gas chamber back in Coyote Wild, like.
Aye, gas chamber. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Great days.
I remember them, man. County Well was mint, actually. It's good.
I loved it, mate. Probably loved it.
Yeah, it was a good place. Yeah, it was a good place.
Oh, lads, it's been terrible this man, hasn't it?
It hasn't even been that good.
Probably, arguably. I think it's been, would you say, the worst game perhaps ever that we've watched? Like live stream like this? Probably.
You know what it is? The competition's pretty fierce for that, but yeah, I'd say it must be. Certainly from our point of view, from a Newcastle perspective. Brighton don't look bad.
Even in all the bad games we have watched, of course, Jesus, there's been a lot of them. We've kind of went, well, the first 20 minutes has been canny, or, you know, and we've kind of tried to find or been able to find a positive. In this one, there hasn't been one good performance on the entire field.
It's
not
been
one
awful.
person. Yeah.
Awful, mate. Apart from that
Fraser
chance where
Fraser hit the post, that's happened, isn't it?
Right.
There's been nothing at all from Newcastle as an attacking or as a football team. Go on,
that's probably the best bit of football I've seen all game from us.
And again, it takes one individual to try and beat 5 men. It's like it's the same thing, isn't it? Like as a team, there's just nothing there, is there? There's oh god, it's just unbelievable.
Oh, we brought Carroll on yet though?
No, not yet.
Well, he might want his 10 grand, so he's probably tapping Bruce up now.
He can't play 2 minutes, can he?
He's probably got a parking ticket from the front calzone to pay for, like so.
But what's the point at this stage, man? What's the point? We're not going to score 3 goals in 2 minutes, are we?
What's the point in us? Period.
What's the point in Newcastle? That's exactly where I was going to go, Decker. There's absolutely no point in Newcastle. I mean, like, just Don't even finish the season. Just relegate them. Let's have a few weeks off.
Nah, I'll tell you what it is, right? I'll tell you what the positive is out of this game. He's gone. This is the last time we will see him in that dugout. That's my honest opinion. This is
I'm
it.
not convinced. I really hope they're right. It should be. It really should be, but I just can't. I don't think it will be.
But it should have been it should have been a month ago, 2 months ago.
Mark,
it's just
it shouldn't. He should never have been appointed. He should never be anywhere near that job.
We can't, like, that's been and gone. Like, we know it should have been then or whenever. We can't look any further back. Like, but it has to be done now. International break as well, man. A gaffer's got 2 weeks, the new guy, to maybe embed his ideas or whatever it is. You know what I mean? If we waste the international break and then give Bruce another game, we'll lose that one as well. Obviously, it's nonsense.
I just want to say, everybody who is watching tonight, that we will probably go on for about 5 minutes after full time. We'll come back 10 minutes later to do our instant reaction as another live stream, because we do need to get an audio podcast out there tonight. But yeah, we will be back to all 500 of you who are watching at the moment. Please like the video. We've got nothing else to celebrate.
What the hell are you doing, man?
Mark, do you know when I'm like doing these bits? Like,
I know.
just, like,
shut up, man. Shut up, man. He's trying to say something. Fucking hell.
Lads. Is my stream frozen? Oh, no, there he is.
No, that's Jeff Hendrick.
I've been tagging the photo. It's never good. Oh, no, it's Bestie. It's all right.
That's never good for Bestie.
Mini milks, mate.
Oh, not again.
Bestie, that's going to be there for that, mate. That's going to be on your headstone, that, man.
Look, you have one mini milk.
Do you know what it is, Bestie, right? If I'm still alive when you die, do you know what it is? Every Sunday I'll come to your grave and put some mini milks on there for you.
They'll just melt. Don't waste them.
Doesn't matter. They'll melt into your grave.
Make it strawberry ones, and please. I love them.
Get you the best of both. You'll get chocolate and strawberry, mate.
Nah, the vanilla.
I'll look after you, mate.
The vanilla mini milks are the best, like.
Strawberry.
Did you try and say vanilla mini milks in the same sentence, like the same word?
Milli vanilli.
Or was it vanilla milk?
The vanilla milks. If you keep on cutting noise, I've had this headphone in for like all the second half. I've got no commentary, so I can't hear what they're saying, but hopefully it's something to do with.
They said earlier on that Brighton have struggled to score more than one goal all season. Scored 3 against us tonight. They've struggled to win a game at home. Done that again tonight. Welbeck struggled to score. Done that tonight. They've struggled to cancel teams down and take the game towards teams. Also done that tonight.
Of course, they have to play us.
As Deco would say, Dr. Newcastle will see you now.
Yeah, Dr. Newcastle will see you now. Happens every time, doesn't it?
Always.
It is like
not just this season. Every season under the sun. If you're ever in a position where you can't win a game, you haven't scored goals, you need to do something, Newcastle will turn up and let you do it. It's the way we are.
Shit, in other words.
Well, it's the it has to be the end of the road, this, lads. It has to be, man. Has to be. Surely.
It's awful clearance. And look what they do with it.
That was horrific, wasn't it?
It's the lack of any sort of
ability,
commitment, any idea. Like there's just nothing there. They are honestly just going through the motions. They're on the pitch, going through the motions, just waiting until that final whistle is blown.
But you know, I've said, I think I said it last week, didn't I? I'm sure I asked you. I says, do you feel that they're still playing for him?
Thank God for that.
I think that game there maybe proves not.
Is that it? Thank Christ for that.
That's it. Yeah.
We're done and dusted. Yeah. Like I said, lads, if you just want to start talking amongst yourself, Bessie, can you see the comments coming on the screen?
No, because I've got my iPad and I'm full screen, but if I minimise I can see myself. God, I look old.
The only reason why I asked is because I need to do the thumbnail
this season. They'll never have an easier game this season than that. We were absolutely pathetic.
And that's probably being too kind, Mark.
They should be absolutely disgusted with their performances tonight.
Look at that, man. You can
And if
just tell.
him as
see.
captain, he we've all seen before where he can come on the camera and he can talk about the fact that it's not good enough and stuff like that. Putting in performances like that does not show me that he actually believes in what he's saying. It's lip service.
I agree with you, Mark, to be fair.
If you don't want to go down, you do something about it. You at least put some effort in. You show a bit of heart, a bit of effort, and that is just completely disappeared from this team. And that is something that we've talked about in seasons past where we've had that. We've had the desire. We've had the fight. I'm seeing absolutely zero evidence of that at the minute. They've given up. They've absolutely given up.
Certainly feels like that. Like, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Right, so on 5 to 10 now. We will be back at.
But let's just get it wrapped up as quickly as possible so I can
Yeah.
watch the boxing and have some.
We may just put 100 quid on Bruce to be sacked next. Returns 400, 315 quid.
Not Cooper, is it?
No, Mick.
Oh,
It's not bad, that,
Mick's always putting daft bets on, though.
He's minted.
Right, I tell you what, we're going to jump out with this one. We'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll be back at 10 o'clock for a instant reaction. Lads,
desperate for a wee.
Get yourselves for a piss. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody. Watch what you're doing. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, see you in a minute. Ta-ra.
Love you.
Love you too, bestie.